How's everybody doing? Um, I think some of y'all saw my tweet about Joel Embiid. Um, don't listen to the line that says Joel Embiid wants to retire a Warrior. Sorry. Maybe he does want to retire a Warrior, but don't listen to the part where they're like, um, don't listen to the part where they say, he wants to retire a Sixer. That's fucking horseshit. One, I said before this that he's a flight risk. I said it even before they choked out in that game 7. I think Harden is kind of done with Philly. Um, I don't think he ever wanted to be there in the first place. Now, hey man, I've been good, MVP. What's going on, brother? So we're kind of looking at that situation right now. But why are you disappointed with Harden? I'm curious. Bro, like the man, so the first time he ever got traded, um, that was probably the only legit time he got traded, right? Like everybody was on his side then. Because one, Harden would have made more money, right? Because back then how the salary cap was, you couldn't have like three guys on maxes or whatever, right? Like they had two guys that qualified for like back then I think it was like 5 years, 85 million or something like that, right? KD got it, Westbrook got it, and then Harden would have been eligible for a lesser deal, right? So the deal that Harden would have been eligible for, I think it was like 5 years, 65 million. They go to the finals, and he doesn't do that well. You know what I'm saying? But overall, he has a pretty good playoffs. But I think people saw his lifestyle, and they kind of soured. Not soured, but that they were like, if we're to choose one guy, we're probably going to choose Russ over Harden. Harden, I think we've seen who the more talented player is. You know what I'm saying? But Harden gets traded to Houston, and then all of a sudden he becomes eligible for that max, right? So he gets like the full max because in Houston they had two slots at that time. You know what I'm saying? He just took up one of those slots. Bam, he's in there. Um, so he's in Houston, and I don't think anyone can dispute the fact that he didn't have an illustrious career in Houston. I think he had an amazing career in Houston. So he has that career in Houston, and and they bring on guys, they get to the conference finals, all that stuff, and for whatever reason, the Warriors, Steph Curry, they don't make the finals, right? So um, they come in and whatnot, and he falls short. Next thing you know, they get Chris Paul there, they fall short. They get Russ, they get knocked out in the bubble, all that shit. Russ is unhappy, and Russ bounces. You know what I'm saying? So then Harden is there, and Harden bounces too. So Russ goes to fucking Washington. Uh, and I heard that they were annoyed with each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't get these NBA dudes at all. So then Harden does a fake fat suit dude thing, and he pretty much gets the fuck up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So he gets up out of there, and then he's like, "Yo, yeah, let's go to Brooklyn." So what was happening in that summer of COVID is that, you know, or not even a summer because that season started like in fucking December. So when they were at UCLA and all of that, uh, Harden was talking with KD, right? So KD was there, and KD was like, "Yo, Steve Kerr this and Steve Kerr that," right? Because remember back then they were talking about Harden to the Warriors. This is why Klay Thompson was out. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing everything, and next thing you know, we got on the phone with Harden, with his reps or whatever. Harden is like, "Nope, I'm going to Brooklyn." So he goes to Brooklyn or whatever, and they are just devastated, right? Like KD and Kyrie and Harden. they look devastating whenever they're on the court. So next thing um, you know, KD gets hurt, Kyrie gets hurt, all of these guys get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them get hurt except for KD. So they flame out of the playoffs. They lose, foot on the line, all that other bullshit. Milwaukee ends up winning the title. So, they come back, the Kyrie thing. So Harden is up out of there now, right? Because he was frustrated with the Kyrie thing. And let me tell you this. This is not public knowledge, but I seen this with my own two eyes. They were in those group chats, and KD was fucking slandering Harden. He was calling him fat, couldn't believe how much out of shape he was, all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So next thing you know, James Harden, again, forces a trade somewhere. Next thing you know, he's playing with Joel Embiid, and Embiid is on an MVP chase. You know what I'm saying? James Harden last summer signs like a 2-year, I think $60-something million contract, right? That man walked away from I think like 60 million a year or something like that. He was about to sign like for stupid money basically. He probably would have been the highest paid player in the league. But he's like, fuck that, I don't care, I'm bouncing. So walks away from the money and he goes to another team essentially, right? So walks away, and next thing you know, he's signing like a 2+1 or a 1+1 actually. So so now he exercised that thing. So now he's requesting a trade. I want to see how the fuck this trade is going to work. I really, really want to see how this trade is going to work, because I don't know who the hell they're going to send back for a $30 million contract. Do they send a couple of players? Like, what does that look like exactly? And here's the other thing too, which is the larger point that I want to get to. If you're trading away James Harden, you're trading away a guy from pretty much a championship contender, right? How is that going to satisfy Joel Embiid? Somebody tell me how that's going to satisfy Joel Embiid. So doesn't it make sense that Joel Embiid wants a trade? Fuck all of that shit that they're telling y'all, right? And forget that the fact that I told y'all 5 months ago that Joel Embiid was going to become available, because that's what we were hearing. So now they're having trouble trading Harden, and they're trying to squeeze and trying to get Harden, and they're in a rock and a hard place because James Harden wants to go where he wants to go, right? So he doesn't give a shit. So what's that going to look like? And let me say this. I mean, Twitter's kind of different now. The narratives have changed and all of this shit. But there was a time when the shit got so nasty, right? And people were like, the only reason why Steph Curry was doing this is because he had this, all-star team and all of this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's what was being said. KD, multiple trades. Kyrie Irving, multiple trades. LeBron James, hops from team to team. Kevin Durant, multiple trades, hops from team to team, right? And all of these dudes, at some point in time, somebody told you that they were better than Steph Curry. Let me tell you this. If you have to leave your franchise that's built around you to go somewhere else and win a championship, you have no fucking argument over Steph Curry. Zero fucking argument. You have no argument whatsoever. There's no argument. The argument is over. Once you have to leave the team that is built around you to go somewhere else and team up with somebody else, the argument is done. It's a wrap. Especially somebody that has 4 championships with the franchise that drafted him. It is so easy to pack up your gunny sack and leave and go team up with somebody else and win. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, you're just talking to a guy doing a summer run, and you're saying, yo, let's team up, let's go do this, let's go do that. And usually you know who the guys are, right? But when you team up with that guy and you don't win, I don't want to hear shit. We're going to fucking clown you. That's how it should be. because it was everybody else's fault but yours. If the team is built around you, you're getting paid the most money, you have the front office's ear, the fan base loves you, you should get the most blame. I don't care what the fuck happened. That's how it should be. And when you are saying this is somebody else's fault, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 nah, bro. Anytime you don't get it done, it falls on the best player. It always fell on Steph. Anytime he didn't win, it was his fault. 2016, it was his fault. 2019, it was his fault. 2022, 2023, it was his fault. You take all the credit, you get all the blame. This is how the shit works. No two ways around it, right? So when I hear people talk about this shit, bro, and they're like, oh, this and that, blah, 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 James Harden, yada, yada, yada. Like, James Harden doesn't have a fucking case over Steph Curry. Zero case, and he never did. And this is what we were talking about. This is exactly what the fuck we were talking about. This is exactly the fuck what we were talking about. Doesn't have a case. No case. Zero case. Zero fucking case. And I'm saying all of this to say, this is why I'm not a big fan of trading for mid. If we're going to fucking make a trade, make sure it's a big dog that's on the fucking table. You know what I'm saying? I know all of these trades are cute and this and that, and people want to trade away Clay. But if we're going to fucking disrupt the apple cart, make sure it's for an MVP candidate. Make sure it's for a top 10, top 7 player. That's my stance. That's always been my stance. I see people with weird trade machinations and this and that and break up the core and all of that. I'm not a fan of breaking up the core because those guys know how to win championships. But if somebody's on the table, I don't know, bro. You have to consider it. Because there is one dude that's on this Warrior team, and it's Steph Curry. If you give Steph another guy, you're probably going to win the title. So let's aim for fucking dudes. I think we can win with what we have right now. But if a dude is on the table, let's fucking do it. Joel Embiid is a dude. Giannis is a dude. Jokic is a dude. Those are dudes. Kevin Durant, that's a dude. Put them beside other dudes, and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Now, when people are like Devin Booker and blah, blah, Brad Beal, those are not dudes, bro. Those are not dudes. Those guys are like rich man Jordan Poole. You know what I'm saying? Those are rich people Jordan Poole. And let me tell you something. Brad Beal is mildly better than Jordan Poole. A little bit better. He ain't that much better. It's over, bro. It's fucking over. It's fucking a wrap. Yeah, bro. Like, y'all don't understand, man. JP put in the work, but JP just had the jitters. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, he's getting better. No, he's getting better, but Devin Booker's not a dude, bro. Like, let's be honest, man. He's not a dude yet. You know who the fucking dudes are, bro. You know how the fucking dudes are. You know who the fucking dudes are. And if I can get a dude, it's a wrap. It's a fucking wrap, bro. Really that simple. Okay. What range do you have Booker in? Do you think Booker is as good as 2021 Harden? Booker is not a superstar, bro. You're not a superstar if you fuck a Kardashian, dog. I'm sorry, bro.
Booker's not crazy. Crazy.
Not because you put your peen inside of a Kardashian, that doesn't make you a star. Stop it, bro. Stop it.
That's crazy. You got to echo.
I do.
Yeah. I
Booker is the
think
best two guard in the league.
mm, best two
Ooh,
guard in the league. Who would
Jesus.
you? Hmm.
You know what's wild though? I still don't think that Booker is better than James Harden.
Current day James Harden.
Yeah, bro. Like,
I'll give Booker the edge over current day Harden.
are
I
you
don't think he's.
sure?
I wouldn't say Brooklyn Harden. I think Brooklyn Harden was better, but I don't think Philly. I think he's better than Philly Harden. Yeah.
Why is he better than Philly Harden?
I think he does a lot of. I think. hmm, I think. I mean, it's a close one when you put in that type of
You know
context.
that James Harden was 20 and 10 last year, right?
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I know.
20 and 10. When we talk about scoring the ball and playmaking, I don't think there's a like that combination, bro, like on ball playmaking, James Harden is right up there. Even though he's a fat ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how fucking good he is. He averaged 20 and 10 last year. I think people kind of forget that.
Yeah, I mean it's fair if you feel that way. I don't know.
Y'all niggas think Booker is cute, don't you? Just admit it, bro.
Oh, hey yo, hell
Y'all niggas think
no.
y'all
Nah.
think Booker is cute, huh?
Hey yo, hell no.
Y'all think Booker is cute, huh?
I think he's a good player. I don't know about all that. Maybe that's the chat,
Y'all
but
think he's cute, huh? That's what it is. Y'all love them light skins, bro. Y'all love the fucking light skins.
I mean, no, bro.
Ah, shit.
It goes back to my point where I said yesterday, dark skinned players don't get hyped up like these light skinned players.
Yeah. I like Booker. I mean, he's a good player, but
He's a good player.
is he a top 10 player?
Top 15, not top 10.
I don't know.
You don't think he's top 15?
He's in that range somewhere. He's top 20. Do you think he's better than Jamal Murray?
I think it's much closer now than I would say before, especially after last playoff run. If he's able to keep it up, if Murray's able to keep it up, then I think it's really fucking close. Because he does a lot of the things that Booker does. A lot.
Jamal Murray won a championship, dog.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Jamal Murray won a championship, like,
That's what I said. If he keeps it up in
and
regular
he was
season,
integral too, like
that Lakers
integral,
series, Lakers series was crazy, bro.
integral. Like that man fucking shut the door on the Lakers. Like,
They threw everything
bro,
at that man, bro.
man, if I see Jamal Murray right now, I'm buying him a fucking drink, dog, because you know how he fucking saved us over the summer. Imagine if the Lakers had won the fucking title or made the finals or some shit, bro. Like, come on, dog. Like and not only did they beat the Lakers, they fucking swept them, bro. Like, you know how easier it made the summer, bro. I would have been fucking sick, bro.
I'd probably
Yo,
be off
I would have been
Twitter. I'd
sick.
probably be off Twitter, bro. Fucking got to do what Braun stands talking about. 5-time NBA champion. He's got more than Curry.
Yeah, bro. No, all of a sudden rings would have mattered, dog. Like, y'all don't understand. Eh, bro, we're in a war, dog. We're in a fucking war. You know what I'm saying? We're in a fucking war. You know? We lost that battle, but we did not lose the fucking war. And we have Jamal Murray to fucking thank for that. You know what I'm saying? And Jokic.
Yep.
But Jamal Murray shut that fucking door, dog. Like, Jamal Murray did not let up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that he's better. I don't like these guards, bro. Like, it's really close between these guards. It's really, really fucking close.
Oh yeah, all guards are really fucking close, bro.
Really close between the guards. So
A running back thing, bro. Fuck.
yeah, bro. So it's like there's just so many of them, but you have to do like these little things to kind of separate yourself. And I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, I don't know that I think like Booker's all right, bro, but I don't know that I think he's better. It's kind of like that bullshit where Booker made first team All NBA over Steph simply because they won more games. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
look at fucking every stat, like every one number metric. Steph damn near served them in all of them. You know what I'm saying? And then we get to the playoffs and they took away a few things and he had a counter into other things. You saw how he fucking choked up, bro. Like, you ain't there yet.
And Luca looking at him like a little bitch, bro. It's
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying, bro. Like, yeah, top 10 players don't, just saying. You win that series. You had the better team. You know, you lost the series with the better team.
Bro, so bad the Suns fucking media
That's a
team had to put out
demerit,
a
dog.
statement.
That's a demerit.
It was so bad they had to put out a statement the next day, bro. That shit is crazy. I've never seen that in
So,
sports.
so somebody come up because I missed all of this. What was Under Armour beefing with Warriors Twitter over? Because
Because
this I was
Warriors Twitter was basically calling them basically saying they do a shit job marketing stuff, and I guess the admin of Warriors Under Armour just responded to them. That was basically it.
so who did they respond to?
They responded to a couple of people on the timeline. I think they responded to Canary. They responded to a couple other people. I remember I saw the Canary one. That shit was funny. I think they asked if this is this a burner account. That shit was funny.
Oh, so they responded to the bozo. So that's why I didn't see it. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
a majority of the people we don't fuck with.
Okay. So they responded to bozos. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I think they started
So
posting some of those. I think they said they're gonna post some of the edits that people made on their Instagram page or Twitter feed and start retweeting. I mean, at the end of the day, Steph chose Under Armour, bro. They giving him this man fucking part equity of that fucking company, though. Like,
um
I'm pretty sure Steph isn't fucking crying himself to sleep. Like,
so I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I have a little insight into this. Um Steph doesn't necessarily want that.
I'm not. I knew that the whole fucking time. I was like, I'm not surprised. That's why when I see people out here going crazy, like, oh, he needs better marketing. I'm like, if he wanted better marketing, he would do it himself. Dog. The man has his own fucking brand. At the end of the day,
Steph doesn't Steph doesn't necessarily do the thing where he scores 50 points in a game 7 and all of a sudden a billboard has to be put up. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
I'm just giving y'all the information because I kind of know how this works. He's very aware of his brand. You know what I'm saying? Extremely aware. So I think because people see like LeBron doing this and LeBron doing that, he don't like playing that game, dog. He doesn't like playing that game. You see the shit that he does when he does win, and what he like how he kind of talks about the shit. Like that's what he's about. Like he's not about overexposure. So I get why people are mad because they're like, oh, Nike is doing this and Nike is doing that, and they have this commercial, bro. Like he's not into like the overexposure thing, dog. I'm telling you, like he's about results at this point. Like he's not about like, oh, if you do this, like no, bro. Like very secure in himself, you know? Very secure in himself. Let me see who this person is. One follower? Jesus Christ. No ad. You gotta. You know, the one thing that annoys me with Warriors Twitter is how they like a part of why the Finals MVP thing became such a big deal is because people on Dub's Twitter took the bait. A lot of people took the fucking bait.
They always take the fucking bait. That's why I
A
hate
lot
Dub's
of
Twitter.
people took the fucking bait, dog.
In
Like,
any
honestly, they took
situation,
the
they
bait.
take the bait, bro. That's why I hate Warriors Twitter. I really do.
A lot of people took the fucking bait. You know what I'm saying? They took the fucking bait because like I've seen it where people have talked about the Finals MVP, right? And I've seen people arguing that Steph, like they're arguing like the Finals MVP shit, right? And I've seen one person get rope-a-dope into saying that Steph had a bad Finals in 15.
What?
Yeah, bro. This was years ago. I seen somebody arguing, right? Like somebody who was like a person, like a guy on the timeline. You know what I'm saying? And I seen them get roped into admitting that Steph had a bad finals, which he didn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, like Warriors Twitter helped to solidify or not solidify, but give traction to that finals MVP argument. They did. How in your right mind could you say that Andre Iguodala was a better player? He wasn't. Like Steph was creating every fucking shot for him, every single one,
He didn't
every
even
single
average
shot.
like over 8 points, dog. That's
Bam.
crazy.
Go back and watch the finals. He created every single shot. Every single shot. When Kevin Durant was there, I'm not going to say he created every shot, but he sure did create a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? He created a bunch of those, whether it be one pass away or two passes away. He created a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? So, not to say that KD didn't have anything to do with it. You still got to make the buckets. You still got to be a threat, bro. But why didn't KD shoot 72% true shooting or whatever the fuck he shot? 72% true shooting in this last playoffs. He has a guy next to him. Why didn't he do that? Because he was a fucking focus of the offense. It's the same shit. Would you
And
say
Devin
that
Booker
Booker
did
is
the
a
same shit that KD did all
Would you
those years
say
ago.
that Devin Booker is a fucking better player than Kevin Durant? No, the fuck you wouldn't. So why the hell did he score more points? It's the same shit. And idiots didn't know how to articulate that point. There's so many idiots that didn't, and I'm talking about people on a timeline that y'all follow, right? And you give them credibility. Idiots didn't know how to fucking argue that point. And it went on for years. It went on for fucking years. And those same people gave credibility to the whole finals MVP bullshit because they didn't know how to fucking attack that angle because they're morons. That's why. Let's call a spade a spade. Do you really feel that Kevin Durant was better than Steph Curry? No, the fuck he wasn't. Every time somebody says that to me, I have a video ready. The video, bam, ready. There you go. There's a video ready right away. Highlights perfectly. It's a 2-minute video, easily. The other day, I seen somebody take the same video and go to TikTok because I took it from YouTube, and I always have the it's a Ben Taylor video. I took like a 2-minute thing, and the person went on TikTok and used the same fucking thing, the same video, the same timestamp, the exact same thing. Andre Iguodala, that's probably one of the more egregious things ever. Let's call a spade a spade. Even in 2017, when KD did his thing, the reason why KD won was because of the game 4, right?
Yes.
It's because of that game 4. That's why he won in 17.
Yes,
Because
the
the
shot.
Cavs
And the
completely
shot, he
took
hit that.
away. Bro, the Cavs completely took away Steph. Steph had an off night, and KD cooked. That's what happened.
And then he hit the shot over LeBron.
Not saying that no. Game 4 in 17 and game 3. In 17 he had a pretty good game 3. In 18 is the game 3 that fucked him.
Yeah, that
I think he had like
18 pisses me
game
off more than 17.
yeah, so that's the game that they were up 3-0 basically,
Yeah.
right? And I'm telling you, at that point, Steph and KD was neck and neck. If they win that game 4, the argument becomes a lot murkier. The game that KD won, or sorry, they lost, which was the game 4. That's the game that put them over the top. Let's call a spade a spade. The game that they lost is the game that really decided it. Go look at it. 2017. No, for KD. The game 4, go and look at his stat. They lost, they got ran off the floor, but KD got his stats. You know what I'm saying? And they were taking away Steph and doing the whole thing, and they got fucking marched to the free throw line. Like, that's kind of what happened, you know? So give Steph a guy, weird things happen. What's going on, Lindell?
What's going on, guys? What's up, Urkel?
What up, man? I'm just here.
What's going on?
We're just here shooting the shit, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get notifications that the Unplayback started?
I got you on notification.
Okay.
That's about it. I need to.
Did you get a playback notification? Did anyone in playback get a notification?
I don't have the app.
Oh, you don't have the app?
No.
Yeah, I
Did
don't.
anyone that has the app, did y'all get a notification? Okay. Okay. Maybe you turned off the notification.
No, my problem is I'm an Android user, so we don't have the app yet.
Yeah. You, I get. I'm just talking about the iOS people. So I had a meeting today, and they said that they are going to address the overheating thing. Because I'm like, like, I can fucking do this instead of, spaces most of the time. I'm gonna do spaces like sparingly now.
Yeah.
And just jump on playback. I think playback is more useful.
The funniest shit I've seen.
It really is, man. And I think it's wise to use spaces when the subject matter is worth it, or even, but for the most part, strategically, to like if this is where we really want people to be, we can still use Twitter, but that would be its function primarily is to get people over here.
I think they just need to make the app run more efficiently, because I think it's using up resources on the phone.
It's the battery thing.
Yeah.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah, but even when I stream, and I get why, because there's a chat function, there is live video and all of that. I get why it's happening, but I'm pretty sure they can tweak it where it can address the battery issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure they can address that.
Urkel, the Summer League Championship is going on.
Oh, which game is it?
It's on ESPN.
Okay, let me find it. NBA.
It's halftime right now. But
Oh, let's watch that. Let's see fucking Cam Whitmore cook. Not gonna lie, I kind of wanted him, but let's see how
I'm not
Potts
upset.
goes.
I'm not mad at it at this point. This is bound to happen at the end of the day.
Is this the Summer League chip right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, and I can tell you right now,
third
I'm
quarter.
I'm willing to bet that the Cam Whitmore thing was a little bit more of a Kerr thing than a Mike thing.
Yeah. Yeah, like, we don't want another Kuminga.
I'm not absolving Mike, because you just sometimes you gotta put your foot down. But I would imagine, like, if I'm thinking of a realistic scenario, I'd imagine that was something he probably was like, it's not even.
Yo, it's early and we still have to watch it play out, though, right?
Yep.
But
But yes,
at the same
100%.
time, dog. Like,
So Ergo, when we did the pre-draft, and the people that are in
Yeah.
the chat will attest to this, when we did pre-draft, he was on our list of desired prospects in the scenario where we traded up, and he went after us. Like, so fans, the fans who have been in here, they're up to speed. It's not like people are just trying to like hate on Mike or hate on Kerr for no reason. We literally put this dude on a list because it got floated or leaked or whatever you want to call it, that we could potentially want to swap picks with Indiana, and Cam Whitmore was on that list.
Yeah.
Somebody's probably looking for Dre's tweet as we speak. We put a list of, it was 3 categories: players we'd want if we traded up into the top 8, players we want if we stay at 19, and players we want if we traded down.
Mm-hmm.
And Cam Whitmore was on that in that first category. So yeah, people, I think it is early, but I understand.
It's just too early for me to just get all panicky. It's just too early for me to get all panicky, though. It's just way too early.
Yeah, and people gotta understand too. And
I put the list in the chat.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Bro, he's not on the stay at 19. Yeah. Did we not put trade up on there, or is it at the bottom? Oh, we didn't put him on there. I thought Cam was a given. You know what it was? I wonder if we were looking at 7, if we thought Cam was going to be gone by 7 or 8.
Yeah, maybe.
Because we talked about him that night. I remember this specifically. We only put 4 names live.
Lindell, here's what I'm saying, right? Like, I know people are annoyed that, like, we're talking about Cam or whatever, right? But here's the thing, though. Fuck all that, bro. Like, I'm watching this dude play, and I watched the last game, and the guy just looked like the best player on the floor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, end of the day, right? Like, if you played, like, any sport, fuck the IQ stuff, fuck this, fuck that, right?
Yep.
If you are...
Look at this,
fuck
bro.
all of that stuff, like
Look
knowing
at this, bro.
this, that, and the other, right?
Bucket.
But if you're the best dude on the floor, like, you kind of have to look at it and you're like, fuck, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So my concern is, what if he's another Kuminga, like that doesn't just get any playing time and Steve isn't playing, and then the whole fan base.
He is
up in arms.
6'5".
Right, but that is this is the debate this is what's at the core of the debate, and I think people. What we should not be doing is we should not be
And
writing.
we just throw out the banana peel for Steve Kerr, like, Jesus.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. We can't just be writing prospects off because we don't think Kerr would play them. Like, that's the thing too. There has to be a middle ground there where we acknowledge.
Is there a banana peel for Steve Kerr that we can put out there? Like,
thank you, bro. There has to be that we have to admit that there's a flaw in the system. You can't just go, oh, well, would Cam and I've said this before, but I've said it for a specific reason. I go, would Cam Whitmore play? And people have come back to me and been like, oh yeah, he'd be a 12 or 13th dude. I'm like that. Then the answer when it comes to the playoffs is no. And if we're being really honest, like, I know we like Cam a lot, but the thing with Pods, people are complaining about the athleticism. I'm like, fam, if you're watching the playmaking, if Pods was an athlete, he'd have gone top 12.
That's probably top 10, right?
He probably would have gone top 10 if he's an athlete. Nah, dude, this is why I bring up. I'm not trying to slander Kerr, but people need to not get it twisted. The reason why he's not on the team, the Kerr tax or the Draymond tax. We're gonna find out. That is a great question. We're gonna find out what the Draymond tax.
Great question.
This year. I think.
Gun to your head, though. You have to choose. Gun to your head.
Oh, the Draymond tax. The Draymond tax. Like if I'm going just off of my gut, because the Kerr tax was what, Festus Ezeli?
Hey, I'll be honest with you.
That was the Kerr tax. The Draymond tax, we got a running list, fam.
I'll be honest with you. If Cam Whitmore played under what's his face? Jay Wright, he would have been a Warrior. That's just how it is. Kerr and Wright are like same philosophy players or same philosophy as head coaches. If remember, Kerr wanted Sadiq Bey because Jay Wright gave him a referral.
Dude, that's so annoying.
So let me say this: if Kenny, and I said this the other day, if Kenny Atkinson was our head coach, I'm like really sure we draft Cam Whitmore. Like, he'll develop him, he'll give him playing time, and he'll become a good player for us. But we have Steve Kerr, and Steve Kerr is never going to play him. Like, that's just the problem.
No, you're right, Vonnie. What's the Draymond tax? Draymond, we know at this point, like that there's a pretty good chance that Draymond is going to lose his cool or get jealous or whatever it is, and it's going to cost the Warriors measurably. We saw it with in the finals. We saw it with Kevin Durant. We saw it with Jordan Poole. Those are all very measurable sacrifices that have been made to the
Let me ask you a question, Linda.
to that shit, man.
And I want the chat to hear me out on this. What would your response be if they said Klay Thompson, 3 years, $100 million?
The chat gonna have to answer that one because the chat knows what I think.
3
Is
years,
that like
100
33
million.
mil? Is that 33 mil a year?
Yeah.
33, yeah.
That's a bit too much.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
I would say like 80 to 90.
So
80.
here's why I'm not answering first, because the chat has heard me talk about this. I have said that 33 to 35 is the number I think he would like stick on, because in his mind that's a $10 million pay cut, and Draymond already took his pay cut. So
Oh wait, isn't there like a new TV deal too coming out?
No, and if he sees Draymond is already taking his pay cut, and he in his mind thinks, oh, I've done the good teammate thing, I'm taking a pay cut. In his mind, 33 is that, very much so. I've said that in here. I hope it's 375 or 3 years, 28 apiece. And even then, I think that's a little bit overpaid.
What did James Harden just sign for?
So what?
The contract that James Harden signed for last year was what, 2 years, $60 million,
it's $30 million.
right? Okay. James Harden signed that. James Harden.
Who's the better player right now?
But in Clay's mind, he probably thinks he's better than James Harden.
But he's not.
Well, obviously.
This has been my issue, and people have been coming at my neck over this, and I need people to think like critically on this. It's not just his production. It's the production to hit, like how he sees himself ratio. Like
Do you
that
see
ratio
Chris
is
Middleton
off.
as a better player than Klay Thompson?
Say what?
Do you see Chris Middleton as a better player than Klay Thompson right now?
I don't know.
I think they're neck and neck.
Yeah,
dog. Neck and neck.
that's yeah. You can do it.
Chris Middleton was pretty bad this past year.
Yeah.
They're neck and neck. Bro, like they're neck and neck.
Yeah.
I might want to say Klay is better to me.
Middleton is a better
might-
defender right
Yeah,
now.
John, that one.
Middleton is a better defender right now. Klay had a pretty good shooting year.
It's very close. You got to be
Yeah.
because Klay is not the same defender he used to be.
But again, it's not about, and I understand Snake getting, piping up here, but it's not about. People are so fixated on like how we're disrespecting Klay. I'm like, no, bro. The reason why Urkel was asking that question is look how much money Chris Middleton is going to get or ask for. Like look at it's the same reason why he asked the James Harden question. What's that deal, James Harden? It's the production to the number that he's demanding. I have said from the jump, people are like, why you want Levine so bad? Why you want Levine so bad? I'm like, I mean, y'all have heard me say ideal scenario is Klay comes back locked in and in shape. That is my preferred situation. I'm just not convinced that that's what we're going to be getting on top of him taking a $15 million pay cut.
You want to know? Here's my hot take for the season. You want to know it?
Oh yeah.
Trace Jackson Davis is going to be so good that he's going to displace somebody in the court.
Please.
That's a hot take, but I can see that
I
happening.
don't see it happening this
And
year.
Urkel.
Let me say it
And
again.
Urkel.
Bam. He's going to be so good that he's going to displace somebody.
You think this year?
Urkel.
That
Listen,
I don't think this
Urkel.
year. I don't think no.
I don't see it this year.
No,
Why?
I don't
Urkel,
even.
next season, if the kid continues to pass the ball, and I think if he develops the ability to pass the ball going downhill, He's
That'd be a
going to
dream
be an
scenario.
active threat. He's going to be an active threat to that position because
Better
that means,
passer than Draymond.
Lindell,
because that
Hold
means
up.
you're playing
I'll
at the
be
same
honest
time
with
as
you.
Looney.
people think that it's hard, bro. It's not actually that fucking hard.
Bro, because you think it's gonna be Looney? No. Sorry. If
Okay.
he's coming down the floor and he's making those passes and he's making the kind of reads, and again, it's summer league, it's whatever. But you guys saw what I saw. You guys saw what I saw. Forget the points. All right, rebounds is great. But his first play that resulted in points was a wraparound pass under the basket to the corner, like a left-handed wraparound pass to the corner for a three. Was his first play as a Golden State Warrior.
Yeah, Dre can't do that.
So if he, not this season, if he next season shows me that he can make plays from the top of the key, make plays going downhill to cutters and corner shooters, there's a problem. Draymond might be swinging on somebody else.
I think TJD just needs to work on his finishing because he can't finish right. He's been missing a lot of right-hand layups.
Well,
Dre, I'm telling you.
I had mentioned that pre-draft. He does not have a right hand.
Because
And if
during
he
those
doesn't
summer
find
league games,
square-
he was just missing like wide open layups with just right hand.
Yeah. It's if you notice, it's why he goes up on the right side with both hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could say the same thing about Pods, but
Which I don't mind, because if he's going to play center this year, we're not going to ask a ton of him. Like, he's going to get the kind of baskets. You saw what Pods was doing, and the kind of literally layups and dunks he was getting TJD, like play after play. It's gonna be even worse with Steph. Like or I'd say better. It's gonna be even better with Steph. It's gonna be even better with CP3. We'll see who's running the show after this season at backup point guard. But
I want to see how the lineups
he'll
look.
play center. If he's I told you, if he shows he can play power forward, it's a problem. It's a very
Honestly,
big
if he plays 20 minutes a game, he's an automatic 10 points a game because of his lob threat.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because we're about to find out just how much they like him. Because Mike has said that
He looks like a Warriors player, so hopefully it works out.
Oh, I mean, I saw a Bleacher Report article today that says he just looks right at home, and I agreed. Mike Dunleavy has said that they're going to potentially look at size still, and they want some skill there. So we're going to see how much they like him. I don't mind if they sign somebody. I really don't mind if they sign somebody. He's a rookie. Even though he's 23, he's still a rookie.
Lindell,
But he's going to play.
I am not even going off of stuff like I'm not going off of, like what I see on the court. Well, some of it is like what I've seen from him. Like there's like a natural playmaker,
Yeah.
and I think he's pretty good defensively as well.
Yeah.
But
Really good.
I think there's a path there, bro. I'm telling you, like, I think there's a path there. I have a really good feeling about him for some reason.
So we talked about this about a week ago, Urkel. If he can play 4, he's a problem right now.
Oh my God.
Because that has a lot of trickle down effect. Not just the Draymond thing. The Draymond thing is the first thing that comes to mind, but it actually enables Kuminga to step into those wing minutes and not have to worry
Can
about
he
it.
stretch the floor? Like, what have you seen from him?
He
Because
can't shoot.
So
He
they're
can't
not putting him in a position to shoot. He's not looking to shoot. I think
yeah,
he
but
can.
not in NBA though. Like, if you're a 4, you got to be able to shoot the ball.
I'll say this though. I do think if he's wide open, he shoots sooner than Looney. 100%.
If he ever develops a
Shit,
mid-range,
he might shoot sooner than Draymond.
Yeah.
if he ever develops a mid-range, I don't know how you guard him, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, bro, that his pro day where he's just putting up jump shots, I was like, man, I am not gonna get overhyped about these damn these warm-up jumpers, but he was cashing them bitches, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, if they ever enable a forward to shoot the baseline jumper, TJD is going to be, and that's the thing. Like, if he can play 4, which I think he can, he's a problem. And maybe Draymond comes back in shape, he comes back locked in, whatever. I can tell you right now, the only thing stopped from TJD creating a legitimate forward controversy is if he's unable to play the 4 right now. Because that has such a trickle-down effect for our roster with Kuminga being able to play comfortably behind Wiggins without worrying about – like we want Kuminga to rebound anyway, right? But he doesn't have to worry about having too much responsibility at 4, right? TJD can come in and play make and rebound and defend 2 positions at 4 off the bench. And now, Draymond's minutes go from 36 to 28, 32.
Yeah.
Do you think TJD is going to be what we thought Wiseman was going to be?
No, not even close. So the defense to me is never what I was never like disillusioned to thinking Wiseman was a defender. I thought that he could change shots because that's all. And Urkel will tell you too. Like that's all I want you to do is like change a shot. Show me you can move your feet, change a shot. The offensive skill set was just so intriguing with Wiseman. Trace has NBA defensive prowess today.
100%.
And he has NBA level post playmaking today. Like those are not things that I see flashes of and they need to develop. He comes into the league with those things right now.
Dre pointed it out in the live watch the other day. TJD was doing Anthony Davis stuff defensively last game.
Bro, y'all were cracking me up because if you remember, I came into his first game late, and I tweeted earlier that day. I said I just want 3 things. I want good rotations on defense, I want post playmaking, and I want play finishing. And his first 3 plays was a freaking wraparound pass to the corner, a block, and a layup from a Pods assist. It was fantastic.
He immediately impacted the game.
Bro, it was fantastic. And look, I'm glad y'all got to watch it too. Do you see the way he changes shots, bro? And his like shot blocking timing, his timing is disgusting.
I think he's a better offensive rebounder than defensive because he likes to jump.
So they actually broke that down in that video that we watched pre-draft. They said his second jump is like elite, which is why he gets second chance points and why he gets offensive rebounds so much. Because when he comes back down, he goes back into the air like quicker than anybody.
So, getting a guy like TJD, like, it makes no sense, like, why we drafted Wiseman now. Like, that's all we need. All we need is a guy like TJD.
It's one thing to
At
be
center.
intrigued by offensive skill set. It's nothing entirely to take a prospect with no tape.
Well, hindsight's 2020 though, so we didn't.
It's really
know.
not 2020, and here's why.
It's not.
It's not because we know who the guys are. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
bigs are really, really easy to spot. So the thing with Wiseman, they looked at him and they're like, "Oh, he can shoot the ball. Oh, he knows Mandarin. Oh, he has like a 7'6" wingspan." That's what they did, bro. Like, is that they didn't look at his skill set. They looked at his measurables.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
Bad. It was bad, man, because they didn't have tape.
They didn't look at his measurables. Like, that's pretty much all they did is that they looked at his measurables. And that's where they drafted him.
They had 3 college games, and they weren't really that good at those college games. All 3.
Yeah, like, he really wasn't that good. And it's like,
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of it, but, I mean,
Who would you have drafted back then? What was your pick? That you
trade
wanted?
back and get Halliburton.
Yeah.
Is that who you wanted initially?
Halliburton.
It
Trade
would
back,
have
get
been
Halliburton,
taken
and
off
try
her
to
for number 2.
kind of big, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it was even worth it.
I need somebody's gonna bring it up. I'm gonna be pissed off, bro.
So
We also
knowing
could
that,
have probably got Wendell Carter.
that's what I'm about to say.
Fuck,
Like,
dude,
knowing that he
I
was
knew
there,
you. I knew somebody was gonna bring it up, bro. That shit pisses me off every time somebody brings it up.
Yeah, even
The
that. Shit.
Chicago deal, because the Chicago deal was what? They had what number?
4. It was
6?
4, yeah.
And they
It was
picked
4,
Patrick
They had
Williams,
number
right?
4, yeah.
They had 4. Yeah, so we would have got Wendell Carter Jr. in 4 for 2.
He's
I
so good, bro.
I can't, bro.
You know how that
Bro,
would
you know
have
he's
changed
making
the
$13 million right
trajectory
now?
of this team? This would have absolutely changed the whole reflection
Three-peat.
trajectory of this team if we had
So,
that.
so here's the question. If y'all really want to get upset, go back in that draft and y'all tell me who you take 6 if we get Wendell Carter.
I'm fucking taking
Or
Halliburton.
four.
So
Who
imagine
you
if we
take
had
four? Who you
fucking
take four?
Wendell Carter and we had Halliburton.
You take Hallie at 4, yeah.
Hell yeah, of course.
You walk away with Halliburton and Wendell Carter.
Damn.
That pick really ruined our like.
Oh my god, bro.
I can't because the chat was just my dumbass. I didn't even know that offer was on the table.
Yeah,
until
didn't yeah.
a month
Spence,
ago.
I saw a report that said Kerr liked Halliburton.
Bro, I didn't even know that was an offer that was on the table until like a month ago, maybe more. But it was recent. And because people kept bringing up the Kings
Damn.
thing, and I'm like, yeah, but we don't know if that was on the table. And somebody said, yeah, but the Chicago one was. And I'm like, what do you mean Chicago? And they were like, Chicago offered us reportedly Wendell Carter at 4. And I'm like, nah, fucking way. I'm about to jump out this window.
Bro, imagine that. Getting Wendell Carter, Halliburton, and then Kuminga. Or I don't know if we would have gone Kuminga out of that, but
So y'all also want to know something else? In 2020, when we did that Wiggins trade, Bob Myers was trying to get that 2020 Minnesota pick, but we settled with the 2021 pick that was top 3 protected. But he tried to get that 2020 pick.
Y'all just don't understand, man.
bro, once you knew he spoke manner, you already knew he was going to China, bro.
Bro.
Should have known.
Once I heard the Mandarin shit, bro, I wanted to fucking jump out of a fucking window, dog. Like,
That man
but
was
at the
destined
same
for
time, I
that
was
Chinese
like, all right,
league,
I was trying
bro.
to be optimistic. You know what I'm saying? I was like, maybe, you know, and he
No,
had
like his first year, I was very optimistic. I thought, oh, maybe he could be some.
no, but then you would watch him out there defensively, dog, and he was a fucking nightmare. Like he was literally destroying lineups.
You even saw it in summer league this year.
Yeah, bro, he was destroying lineups, man. I mean,
Has he ever been a positive on the? Every time I see him in like,
I've never
his
seen him be a
plus minus,
positive, right? So
he's always been a negative. And I don't know why we chose Wiseman because of the shooting. He doesn't. When he was on the Warriors, they didn't even let him shoot.
That's the thing. So they didn't put him in ball screens. So here's what happened with him. If you're having him out there and treating him like fucking Draymond, he's not a great defender, right? And he's not doing the things that he's actually good at. So what the fuck you think is going to happen? Of course he's going to tank lineups. He's going to tank lineups like no other because of just that. You know what I'm saying?
He had one game all year where I remember him being good defensively, and that was
Wasn't it the
Christmas Day.
Spurs? He was also pretty good that one Spurs game, right? I remember.
Is this
But
better?
that's
I heard I
like,
was
that's
loud.
like
Is this
once
better?
in a million though. Like he was rarely ever good defensively.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. When we got the Wiseman pick, I didn't think that was that bad of a pick. I said, oh, maybe he could be some, but obviously he didn't turn out to what we thought he was gonna be.
Yeah, the chat's at your neck, Ariane.
I didn't even say anything bad. I'm being honest. I thought Wiseman was gonna be something.
Hold up, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to fuck with somebody real quick. Hold on.
Whoa.
Obviously now he's a bust, but like he's probably never gonna be anything. Worse than Patrick Williams. Maybe. I wouldn't. I feel like he just has Wiseman has good offensive skill set if you allow him to work, but his defense isn't there at all because he doesn't have any timing. And for trades, I don't even know who we could even trade for, honestly. Or have to go on the trade machine, but Kuminga, I expect Kuminga to have a huge step this year.
So I see people talking about Patrick Williams. I really
You're
like
echoing. You're echoing.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
I really like Pat Will. I think he's a good player. Really good off-ball defender. Really good three-point shooter. Really good play finisher. If we had like traded down to 4 and taken him, like forget Halliburton. If we had traded down to 4, gotten him and Wendell, like I still think we probably win the title this year. Probably win in 22, and we would win the title next year too.
We just needed forwards, man, because Steph was basically the only offense we had. Clay wasn't showing up. Everyone that we expected to show up basically didn't show up. So, and then we didn't even give Kuminga a chance in the playoffs. With CP on the floor, I think we're good. With at least with the what's it called? The plays we run. Like in chat, who would you guys want? Like who's on your mind that you think is possible to get that you want on this team for a trade? Because I don't know who is on the buyout market right now. If you guys know, let me know.
We can't make. I
We
don't think
can't
we
even
make a
get
trade.
a buyout guy. I don't even think we can get a buyout guy.
You don't even think we can get a minimum deal on
No,
a
because of
buyout?
the new CBA, we can't get a buyout.
Oh, I see. So what is the new rule of the CBA? Why aren't you allowed to get a buyout guy?
Because we're over the second apron. I don't even
Oh,
know
I
if the
see.
first, yeah. I don't
I
even
see.
know if the first apron teams can get it. I don't even know.
Yeah. So basically, we're stuck with this team then.
Shit, I'm gonna play 2K just so I
No,
can take
not
that
really.
fucking deal, bro.
Unless we trade Clay, that's the only way we get some.
So-
Because
or
we don't
Chris
have
Paul.
room to sign anyone for a minimum deal because you said it's past the second apron. And then
We have a ton of trade flexibility at the trade deadline.
Yeah,
do you
Chris
think?
Paul.
I don't feel like we're gonna trade Kuminga. I don't unless we trade Clay. I don't see us.
no,
trading.
it's not even him. It's Chris Paul and Clay.
Chris Paul at the trade deadline becomes a really valuable asset. So if we're playing 500 ball again for the second straight year, you look at Chris Paul and you say that we're gonna trade you, and you're gonna get something good back for him.
I see.
I do think the fan base should be and has every right to be frustrated if we're playing 500 ball again. I don't think we'll quite it won't look like this past year, right? I will say this. The trade chips we have at this upcoming trade deadline are going to be we'll have some movability for sure.
Do you
74 mil in expiring
Do you
contracts.
think Dunleavy's a lot more daring than Bob was?
Brother, I think so. What's going to happen is
Bob never made a major deal in the trade deadline before.
So what's going to happen is people are going to be on Shadow's case because such and so never happened and conversations weren't happening and yada 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 blah blah blah. I think that they've already started negotiating with teams who they're probably not going to deal with until the trade deadline. I think that's 100% happening. And I have this sneaking suspicion that they were gauging the legality of routing Chris Paul to another team before it went final. So, yeah, this trade deadline I think is going to be interesting for them.
If you remember last year, the Lakers, they were in trade rumors with Utah in like September, and then look at the trade deadline. Russell Westbrook is traded to Utah. You know,
you can trade Swaggy G. You can trade any of them dudes at deadline, bro, including Draymond. Draymond, Clay, CP3, but I think Clay and CP3 are probably your most likely because Clay's going to want to. They're going to let Clay play out the contract, right? He's going to have to earn. He's going to have to earn whatever number he wants.
And then we can do a side and trade with him or something.
Yeah, or I mean,
Clay might
they
get traded.
extend them, like you know.
Let me come out and say it. Clay might get traded.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Even with Steph saying he wants one more year.
Shut up, Amari.
Yeah, bro. Like he might get traded. Like they're not fucking around.
So what
You'll
if Clay
see.
at the trade deadline says, if you don't sign me to this number for a contract extension today, I'm not going to re-sign with you in the offseason? What if he says that? Then would you
Then
trade
we'll
him at the
see.
trade deadline? Like, is he gone?
I don't think he would say that, but if you get the impression you're about to lose him for nothing, fam, you want me to chance it? I run a basketball team. You want me to chance it? I'm trading your ass.
Let me tell you something. Klay Thompson is not of that ilk to play out that contract.
But folks hate me because I'm not.
I love Klay Thompson, right? But you see, like how Kevin Durant was of that ilk, where you're like, oh shit, this guy's not re-signing. We might lose him for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know why that happened and why they never thought about trading him? Because one, he took a bunch of pay cuts. That's the first thing. Two, he brought you championships. Three, he's actually of that ilk, where he's just going to have you by the short and curlies. Klay Thompson is not that. Klay Thompson is not that. Klay Thompson was hanging on to that job for his dear fucking life because he saw Jordan Poole, right? And Jordan Poole was actually right there, bro.
If I'm offered somebody better than Klay Thompson, I take that deal and I don't think twice.
Well,
Kevin Durant can have you by the short and curlies because he's that guy, not Klay Thompson. I'm sorry. We have to.
Klay Thompson's like a tier
Bro,
3 player.
We have to start properly rating these guys now. None of the fucking troll shit that we did in 16 and 17 where we're like, well, Klay Thompson saved Steph. He never fucking saved Steph, dog. Stop it.
Yeah, that's true.
That shit used to drive me crazy, bro. Like, it really did.
How much
How do you
different
think-
is Klay Thompson compared to KCP?
Jesus Christ.
I can't think. I
That's
can't.
rough.
You can't say that.
Klay Thompson is a better shooter, but, I mean, oh, that's a tough argument. There's some gravity stuff that Klay does that I don't think a lot of people do. You know, like the movement off ball, the movement shooting. You know, that is really important and it goes unnoticed. It helps out the playmaking. But when you're talking about the other things like sliding your feet, defense, rebounding, off ball defense, like all of that other shit
Finding a cutter that's
that
10
wins you
feet away.
games, like, yeah, bro, like finishing at the rim, you know, above
Yeah.
the rim, like Klay don't do that shit, bro. Like, let's call a spade a spade.
KCP's game 1 versus the Lakers was elite when he did
Fam,
that game. Klay never did that. This
and then
playoffs.
people want to get on Andre because Andre is like, look at KCP, right? Like I get what Andre was saying. I mean, you know,
Like we can't keep thinking about the old Klay. We can't think about career. We're thinking about right now.
I think nobody's thinking about the old Klay at this point. I mean, if you want to get somebody better than him, I mean,
Nah,
you
there
just
are
trade
people
him.
on the-
And you'd
nah,
be
there are
surprised.
people on
Trade him.
the-
I see a lot of people on the
Klay-
timeline think Klay still
Just trade him.
would use
Nick, I
Yeah.
know
Alright.
people love Klay, but if you don't
No, I do
sign
too,
that
but,
deal,
like-
I don't think you allow him to go into the summer, right? I don't think you have him go into the summer and hardball us in the summer. And then
No, I
use another
understand that.
team to fucking leverage us and do that bullshit. Next thing you know, they have to pay him $45 million. Fuck that.
No, I
Fuck
understand
that.
that. I understand that. I love Klay. Like that's one of my favorite players besides Steph. Like, but
Yeah.
you know, if he's not gonna, play well, then what's the point actually? You know? What's the point
Lindell.
of like making all that
Yeah.
money if you're not gonna play well?
Yeah.
You want me to be honest with you?
Always.
Klay Thompson was overpaid in 2019.
Oh, he
That's not a
Well,
hot take.
I
Oh.
mean, didn't they pay him pay him that money to keep him? I mean,
All right.
is that really?
Let me add another
is that a
factor
hot
in
take?
there. Let me add another factor. Klay Thompson, if he doesn't tear his ACL. Okay. Let me throw out a scenario to you. Klay Thompson doesn't tear his ACL. They win the championship. They have 4 championships at that point. Kevin Durant leaves anyway. And he makes like second or third team All NBA. You know he would have been on track to make like $220 million over a 5-year
Klay?
period for Klay. Think about that.
Yeah.
So even
I
if he
mean, that
doesn't
is
get hurt,
possible.
even if he doesn't,
We basically would have signed the same contract.
so everything that I just said it was inches of happening basically. Like he could
Mhm.
have easily made the second or third team, right?
Yeah.
He like if Danny Green doesn't bump him, right? He doesn't get hurt. And say they win, for instance, like say they win, or you know what? Say they lose. They still lose against Toronto. You know that Clay would have made $200 million? It was very close to happening. He was so annoyed. So you're telling me, no. Clay, he didn't miss out on a ton of money. Like, that's what people don't get. He got paid anyway. The difference between why he didn't get the extra year or the extra $30, $40 million or whatever, right, is because he got that money even though he got hurt. I want people to think about that. He got that even though he got hurt. He did make All NBA. That's why he didn't get it. So I think like Brad Beal or one of those clowns made it over Klay Thompson. That's what happened. So he was real. So Klay Thompson would have been eligible for the max. Do you think Klay Thompson is a super max player? Let's call it
No.
a spade, dog.
No, I
Even
don't
if he
think
didn't
he
get hurt.
is. He's not a supermax player.
Now let me give you another scenario. What if he gets hurt, he makes All NBA, and we're paying him $225 million?
Jesus.
Klay Thompson.
That's a bad contract for him.
Okay, so take away the fact that he didn't sign the Supermax. He was at 190. The
Mhm.
organization said to him, yo, we will give you the max, not the Supermax, because he didn't make the All NBA, so he didn't get that extra year, right? So he signs the Supermax, even though he tore his ACL. I don't even think he was a max player at the time, but he got the max though. Up until Steph Curry signed that Supermax contract, Klay Thompson made more money in his NBA career than Steph Curry did. Think about that. He's made a lot of fucking money. A lot of money. But paying that man $50 million, that's what he wants to get paid. But
50.
that's what he wants. I'm telling
Is
you.
he out of his mind?
Snake, that's what the man wants. I'm telling
Oh
you.
my
Like,
God.
I'm telling you.
Well, he needs to get. He needs to come to reality check that he's not getting that money. Like
Klay Thompson,
he's
hold up.
not.
Klay
He's
Thompson,
not playing like a 50 million.
he wants 4 years, $200 million.
Well,
He needs
I
a
don't really-
reality check.
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know what to say.
Okay.
You know why
He
he
needs
wants
to-
that
he
though?
needs to
You know
take a
why he
pay
wants it
cut.
though? Because of Desmond Bain.
Well, he's not good as Desmond Bain at this
And
current
Desmond
time.
Bain screwed it up.
I mean, I love you, Clay, but you're not in your prime anymore. Like, be for real.
So do you think Clay thinks in his mind that he's not as good as Desmond Bain?
I mean, he does think that he's better. Like, I mean, he should.
Exactly.
But like, there's a point that you need to like realize that you're not playing like a $40 million player at
Yeah.
this point. I mean, those injuries really screwed him over, but
Well,
No,
this
no.
is gonna be a contract year for Clay,
It's-
so he's
it's
gonna
just-
try to play as hard as he can.
it's not just the injuries. It's just, I don't know.
Snake, what I'm saying is that he was getting gassed so much back then
Mhm.
that I'm, like even back then, like somebody wrote something about like his analytics and they were like, oh, it's a bad contract. And I did agree. It was a bad contract. But I'm like, fuck, like 3 or 4 championships is 3 or 4 championships. He did contribute. So I am going to pay him on that, right? But it's like, if we're in a money crunch right now and we're talking about second apron and all of this bullshit, I don't know, man. I mean, it is a tough ask, right? Tell your representatives don't sign or agree to some first and second apron where you're essentially being hard capped. Like, I don't know. Talk to your reps.
And I want everybody to know, like I like Clay. You know, I like Clay. I appreciate what he's done for us. But if he's not willing to take a pay cut, then I don't want him on my team.
Fam,
Yeah,
you have
I
to
mean-
take a pay cut, dog.
It's
mean,
been
I-
at the core of my points this entire time, and that should not be controversial, man. It
I
just
mean-
should not. I feel like that's a pretty straightforward
Because you can
statement.
say that about any player, basically.
I mean,
Dude.
I would hope
Thank
that
you.
he does, but if he's not going to, like
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, people,
want-
I've heard people say too is like, oh well, Clay doesn't need to take a step back. Like, what does that mean for him to take a step back? I'm like, this
he
is how I
does
know.
need to.
This is how I know you didn't watch the season last year, because what they'll do is what people will do, and there's validity to this. I don't want to dismiss the statistics out of hand, but
Mhm.
people will respond to, oh, Steph doesn't need to take a step back with, oh, here are his shooting numbers, and I'm like, okay, this is where watching the game will tell you things that not watching the game will not. If you didn't see Klay Thompson shoot us out of 8 regular season games, and then what happened in the playoffs, and that just doesn't like compute with how the mindset that he needs to go into the season with, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You think
Clay
you
does
think
need to
because
take a step
Poole's
back.
gone
though.
that you can continue on doing the things that you're doing because Poole's gone? Yeah, I
Yo, Ariane,
Yo,
don't know.
that Discord picture, is that from AI?
no, I drew that.
Oh, you drew that?
Yeah,
That's a dope picture, man.
thanks.
That's fire.
He thought I was gonna slander him. You haven't heard his voice?
yeah. He was ready. He was ready.
Thought I was gonna beat him over the head, bro. He got
Hey,
all
we've
defensive.
cooked
He got
Ariane too much. He got PTSD now.
What's up, Andre? What's up, Andre?
Ariane got all defensive. He's like, "Yo, what's up?" He thought I was gonna bash
So-
him. I don't.
So
know.
Bonnie says, yeah, he's not getting any better. Even if he did, would he be 43 worth 43 million? Look at
Absolutely
no, he's
not.
not.
and
Absolutely
this
not.
is the thing I've been trying to tell you about.
Absolutely
Go look
not.
at the rest of the 40, I would say the 42 to $45 million contracts, and tell me where he ranks on that list. Like, even if he were to get better, is he worth 42.7? The answer is no. That's not disrespectful. Go look at the other 42 to $45 million contracts.
And let me say this: that $43 million expiring deal is one of the most valuable contracts in the NBA.
Bruh.
You can get so much stuff back for that.
I'm just tired of
So-
talking about fucking trades.
People think
I'm traded
I
out.
arrived at the Bulls trade like all willy-nilly. There's a reason why it's Zach LaVine. Like, there's a reason for that. Ideally, you want to improve and save a shit ton of money, right? But that realistically, that's not going to happen. The only way that's going to happen is if you talk to and people have talked about, oh, he's super valuable to a contender. Yeah, but the problem with the contender is you're going to have to give money back to the Golden State Warriors, and a contender is not going to risk sending you a $40 million contract or two $20 million contracts at the off chance that Klay Thompson is going to be the thing that gets you over the hump. So you have to find either a middling team or a bad team with a contract that they are committed to for multiple years.
I think Clay will get a reality check once he goes to the open market. He'll see what he's actually worth when people try to offer him things.
Yeah. But
I hope so.
I hope it doesn't come to that. Like, it should.
I mean, it shouldn't come to that, but knowing Clay,
And I think
Yeah.
that's what's gonna happen. I think what's gonna happen is
he's
Go
trying to
ahead.
know what he's worth, and I don't know if that's good or bad.
He'll
thing.
play better this year, I hope. He'll.
Yeah.
He
No,
better.
I am hopeful for that too. Like,
He better.
and that's the
play.
thing too is statistically, I don't mind the stats, man. I really don't. It's we can go back and look at a half a dozen games minimum and be like, what the like in crunch time, and be like, what the hell's Clay doing? Like, what is he like? This game is lost because of decisions like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's much less the stats. Like, if he comes back and gives me the exact same stats, but is clearly the shot selection is improved, his
Mhm.
lower body's stronger, like he's sliding his feet in front of people, not really getting lost off ball. Like, to me, that's the stuff that you see by watching, and that's what I'm hopeful that we'll get out of him. Like, I'm not trying to kick him to the curb,
Yo, Dre,
unless he just doesn't want to be here.
Yo,
then
what's up?
yes, I'll punt him.
are you aware that you're doing better numbers than the Rockets
It's good, Dre.
playback, and they have like twice as many subscribers?
No, I'm aware of all the numbers. Yeah. So basically,
Man.
I have a top. I feel like my platform on playback is probably top 3 conservatively. Yours is probably top 5 to 10, and then theirs is probably top 5 to 10. And yeah, so basically on a bad day, I'll do like 90, right? Or 100.
Yeah,
On a normal day, I'll do like 120 to 130. And then on a good day, I'll do 160 to like 180.
bro. I hopped in there earlier and I was looking and I was just kind of listening to it.
Yeah.
And first of all, it's that douchebag Roosh or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah, dude,
his
he
name is.
blocked me.
Yeah, he blocked me too, right? So first of all, I just think that's funny, bro. Like,
Dude, their platforms on Twitter are bigger than mine and yours. Their platforms on playback are bigger than mine and yours. And yet we do better numbers than them, you
how
know?
is that
Bo-
possible?
both of us. How is it possible? It's conversion rate. It's pure conversion rates. Like
I don't
people
think.
no,
Well,
listen.
Dre gets this. Dre gets this.
The
I don't
people
think
that
y'all
support us,
understand what our conversion rate is.
yeah, like the
Right.
people that support
It's
us
kind of stupid.
support us more strongly than the people that support them. Like the people that support us care more about what we have to say than the people that support them care about what they have to say.
I
Like,
think this group of
yeah.
people just cares about Warriors basketball more than that fan base cares about Houston Rockets basketball.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that's just the reality. Like
And we have more meaningful conversations. Like, I mean, we're just better. Like, it just is what it is.
Scotty, bro, it's the reality, bro. I think this group cares more about Warriors basketball, and I do think that Urkel and Shadow and Dre and these guys, like, I think they just offer a perspective that's a little bit different. Like, it's delivered a little bit different. Well, it's a lot of bit different, but it's just different. And I think just this group of people cares about Warriors basketball more than there are less casual fans in here. Nothing against casual fans, but if I was a casual fan, I would rather be in a space like this than that one, if that makes sense.
No, we have the best community by far. I mean, it's no doubt in my mind. And it's a reflection, honestly, of what like it's kind of a culmination of everything, man. Like Shadow, Urkel, myself, and then everyone that kind of helped along the way, and just help like showing up, bro. Like people just showing up. Like Urkel fucking does this every day, bro. I can't like that. You know how like insane that is. Like there's listen. It's one thing. There's a bunch of ways to succeed in life. You can be born to a rich family. You can get lucky and win the lottery. You can do all that. I'll tell you this: to give yourself the best chance to succeed in life, you just work your ass off. And he works like, bro. Urkel just works, bro. Like his work ethic is unmatched. So there's a reason his platforms do the best. Like, and even though his followings aren't necessarily correlational because of being like blacklisted or whatever. Like what would you call it again? Like when you're like suppressed, kind of.
Yeah, I'm definitely suppressed.
Yeah,
Shadow
like
ban,
that kind of
shadow ban.
shadow
ban,
ban,
yeah.
all that stuff. Like, it's like, and he's still doing better. It's like, okay, well, how does the math work there? It's like, well, it makes sense. I mean, the people that support him more than the people that support other platforms support them. Like, it's quite simple, actually. Think about it. You have to wake up, see the notification, hit the notification, say, okay, I want to listen to this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's actually not a lot of steps if you think about it. It's like only like 3 or 4 steps. Okay, so if you're telling me that more people show up to our stuff than people show up to their stuff, and we have a smaller following, then that just tells me we have a stronger following than they do. It's about the strength of the following. It's not about the quantity of it, in terms of like numbers. It's more about the strength of it, which is more elusive. That's more reflected in like, I guess like consistency and got like kind of like relative to like what you should be doing, right? Like what we should be doing, we should be getting anywhere from 40 to 60, and we do twice that, like easily. So it is what it is. But we'll see what happens this season because I'm looking to take over. We both are, me and Urkel, man. We're gonna take this shit over. You think this is like this summer thing is like this is a cool way for us to kind of explore different content, look at different angles, rewatch some stuff, shoot the shit, have conversations. But then, during the season when all hands are on deck and we're trying to win number 5, that shit's like, that's a mission right there. Like dude, I'm so locked in on this title, bro, because I think this might be one of the best chances we have to win our 5th championship maybe within the next 2-3 years. Like next season's a big season, man. It's a huge
Dre, and you
season.
know the fun part about next season too? It feels very 2021-ish or summer of.
In many ways. Yep.
Do you know why? Because everybody is counted as out. Everyone.
Yep,
Like, you see
yep.
the shit that people are talking? Anytime I hear somebody say something like "done nation," oh, you're being bookmarked.
Yeah, bookmark. Yeah.
Straight bookmark. Because like I know what the team was last year, and I know why they didn't win. And every reason why they didn't win got cleaned up. Every single part of it got cleaned up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
We just gotta be healthy, man.
Yeah, bro, that's it. That's literally it.
Just be healthy, man. As long as we're healthy, like I remember thinking like after game 45, after game, 49, 50, 56, like I was like, thank God we're just in one piece right now. Like, because man, injuries suck, bro. They can kill your season. So hopefully we can just get there healthy, man. We get there healthy, I'll take my chances.
We broke down the roster the other night. Dre, B, and I. We have 11 guys that are easily playable this year. I can't
100%.
say the same about last year's team.
No way. No. And I know people. Let me say this when people say Cam Whitmore, like, or we need wings. We need wings. Here's my thing. Once we didn't get Torrey Craig, which was the main primary target that I wanted, a guy that's 6'8", can guard, can rebound, can defend, all that stuff, and can shoot. We didn't get him, okay? And so if you look at down the list, how many players are 6'8" and can do those things? It's a very short list for this free agency class. So then when you think about that, I'm like, okay, I have to shift my thinking. I can't think the same way I've thought. Now it's like, okay, what does this mean? This means that Kuminga is going to have to take a step. So stop saying Cam Whitmore. Fuck Cam Whitmore, bro. Kuminga has to take a step, bro. Cam Whitmore is not saving anything. If Kuminga doesn't take a step, we are screwed.
That's what I'm
He needs to take a
saying.
step.
When pressed,
Dang.
I kept seeing people say, "Oh, well, he could be like, 12th, 13th man." I'm like, are you listening to yourself?
Bro,
If
no.
Cam
That
Whitmore-
does nothing. See,
Bro,
that does nothing.
Urkel, this is what I'm
Bro,
saying,
I
right?
was so pissed off talking to people about this because you could, and this is my thing, is when I hear something I don't agree with, screw arguing the point. I want to know what the root. I want to know what the root. I get to the root.
The logic,
And
right?
The
logic.
root,
Yeah.
the root is literally like, oh, I just want to be anti-Pods. I want to be anti-Kerr. I want to be anti,
Sure, yeah.
Mike Dunleavy. And I'm like, bro, first of all, if Pods, and again, I said this earlier, if Pods was an athlete, he would have gone top 10.
Top 10.
Like, he would have gone top 10.
Over Casey Wallace.
I'll
But-
say
Pods,
this.
I mean,
But second, if the only thing that you can come up with is the 13th man, that's how I know the argument was disingenuous.
well,
from
that's
the
what I'm
jump.
saying, Lindell. That's exactly. So here's my thing. Cam Whitmore is not better than Moses Moody right now. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
So-
Dre, you want me to give you even hotter take? I'll give
I
you
don't
even
even
hotter
think
take.
that's a hot take. I don't
That's,
No,
even
that's
know.
not
I'll
a hot take at all.
I'll
Yeah,
give you
yeah.
even hotter take. I don't think he's better than Jaime Jaquez. I'll just be honest.
I don't think so either. Actually, he's not. And here's my thing, right? Is I like Cam Whitmore. He's a nice scorer. He can, shoot, whatever, defend. He's 6'7", whatever. I don't know. I don't know if he can defend. He has positional size. Okay, I'll just say that. He has
He's very
positional
good
size.
anticipatory skills,
Yeah, he's a good
steal
leader.
things.
Okay, yeah, all that, fine.
Well, hold up though. Let me play devil's advocate for a second because
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
there is something with the fact that he went into that game and he was flat out outplaying dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
so yeah, I get the fit part, I get the skill set part, and all of that stuff. I get, right, bro. But there is something in the NBA called machismo, cojones, coconuts, right? And when you go and you flat out outplay someone, you got bigger coconuts. That means something in the league, bro. Like, I know it's not quantifiable, and I know people are going to point at it and say, "Oh, it doesn't matter," but on some level, it does matter.
I agree with you in a vacuum, but here's the thing. You're right.
Yeah.
My thing is this: if Kuminga didn't exist, if Kuminga was on,
Yeah.
He was in
Orlando,
Orlando. If Kuminga,
Yeah.
if
Like-
we had Wagner and they had Kuminga,
Urkel,
I would be all over Cam.
I would be having a playback every day, raging about how we picked a 6'3" guard, 6'4" guard
Yeah.
over a 6'7" wing. The problem is we have Kuminga. So here's my thing, right? We know Cam Whitmore is not better than Kuminga right now. We know Cam Whitmore is not better than Moses Moody right now. We know
I
that.
don't think he even has a higher ceiling than Kuminga. I
So
don't.
if we understand that, right? Why would we take a player like here's my thing. The Torrey Craig thing was an Otto Porter thing. I wanted an Otto Porter type of player. There weren't many players like that on the market that you could get for a decent contract. So
Yeah, that
it's
makes
like, okay. Yeah, so like what I'm saying is like, okay. But that was my thinking. See, here's what people got to understand. That's my thinking. Mine. The front office had a different type of thinking. They did not have my thinking. My thinking was different. Their thinking was we're gonna have to have Kuminga catch up. Kuminga's gonna have to be a guy for us. And so you heard what Steph said, right? Steph is saying like, we want Kuminga to take the steps and to work on his game so he can be a rotation piece. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So my point is that if the front office is thinking, if Steph Curry is thinking, Kuminga has to be a part of this team in a meaningful way, then there is no Torrey Craig. There was never going to be a Torrey Craig. It was never going to happen.
He is your acquisition.
And there would be no Cam Whitmore because Kuminga's the guy. So it doesn't even matter. We could have drafted Cam Whitmore. We could have even signed Torrey Craig. I could have had we got Torrey Craig, blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, it wouldn't have mattered because to them, Kuminga was always going to be the guy. So
I always say this on Contenders. I get the mindset of you never draft for fit. That shit only works on rebuilding teams like Houston or fucking Detroit or those places.
Right.
When you're a contender, you only have one room for one project. Look at how Miami does it. They only have Jovic and they only draft win now guys. Tyler Hero was a win now guy when they drafted him. He became a better shot creator in Miami. They didn't expect him to be a shot creator. They expected him to be a spot up shooter who can stand in the corner, play off of Jimmy Butler, play off of Bam Adebayo's playmaking.
In fact, let me say this: Devin Booker was actually viewed the same way.
Yes, he was.
Devin Booker was viewed in that way of like catch and shoot, like the best shooter in the draft, blah blah blah. Booker ends up being one of the best shot creators in the NBA right now.
Yep.
And that wasn't the main strength of his coming in. You know?
That's why I said if you're a contender, you only have one room for a project player. And Kuminga's our project. Bro. I just feel like we had an overabundance of projects last year, and that's what kind of fucked us when we had Wiseman and Kuminga, and then you had
Rollins,
PBJ. Like, no more projects. Give me guys who can play. I know if Chris Paul and Steph Curry, God forbid, real quick,
it's funny
God
because
forbid.
the fan base cries about like projects and this and that. And the same people said, we should have gotten Cam Whitmore.
This is what I'm Urkel, think about this,
and I'm telling you, and when pressed on it, they try to tell me, well, he could have been the 12th man. I'm like, fam, bro, I can't with y'all right now.
Listen, I will say this.
Would have been the 12th man in Santa Cruz.
I would have known. I know this for a fact. I know if Chris Paul or Steph Curry, God forbid, one of them goes down with injury or if they take a rest night, I know if they say, yo, Pods, you're going to play 10 minutes for us, he's not going to do anything negligence like Jordan Poole does. He's not going to fucking dribble the air out the basketball and try and make a play that's not there. I know he's going to make the right play.
Let's go down even further, like even more like just simple. What's the difference between Cam Whitmore at 12 and Podziemski in the G League? What's the difference?
What are his measurables, though?
He's 6'5".
He's 6'5". What's his wingspan?
Wait, Cam Whitmore?
Yeah, Cam Whitmore. No, when they measured him, I think he's 6'5" without shoes, 6'6" in shoes.
Oh my god! So he's not even like a real wing.
Okay.
The thing that makes him a wing is his athletic ability. He's got like a 40-inch vertical. He's like a 45-inch vertical. He can get up.
So let's.
I'm not going to sit here pretend like Cam Whitmore's trash.
Basically, he's the.
He's not. I'm not trying to say.
So he's the frame of Royce O'Neal, basically. He's Royce O'Neal, except athletic.
I hope somebody's hate listening right now, and they're just like clipping all this shit.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, yo, they trying to talk themselves out of Cam Whitmore.
No, it's
even
not
if let's say he even is 6'7". Like at the end of the day, he could be 6'9" with a handle and like it doesn't matter, bro. Okay, let me ask you guys this then. Let's draft him and then trade Kuminga. Then that's the only way.
Point. That was my
point. Okay, if you want him.
So I'm going to be honest with you. It's the same Vanderbilt argument too, right? What was the point of getting Vanderbilt if we had Kuminga?
Yeah.
Now Rui is another argument,
though.
Right? Rui,
here's the thing. That's on Kerr though. That's on Kerr.
I also need people to realize that because we got a first-round pick at 57. Like keep the overall value in mind. 100%.
Here's my thing with the Vanderbilt thing. The assumption with Vanderbilt
phone calls at 30.
Would have taken him at 19.
I would have.
Kuminga can do all
I'm
of this
telling
right
you,
now.
I would have taken him at 9. I would have
Urkel,
taken him at 19.
this is what I was trying to explain
Yeah.
myself and say the whole entire time is that if you're gonna take Whitmore, then you better be ready to trade fucking Kuminga. And then that was my whole point.
The assumption with Vanderbilt would have been that Steve would actually play him and like because he benched Kuminga, whatever. That's on Steve though. So
Yeah.
they need to come to an understanding. Like the idea of getting Vanderbilt's like, okay, this guy's a vet. He's 6'7", he can guard and he can rebound really well. And my assumption would be that like Steve is actually going to play him a consistent role and not bench him like Kuminga because Kuminga could fill that role to some extent, but he's just not getting playing time, especially against the Lakers. Like he just got 0 playing time. Against the Kings, he got a little bit of run, but it was essentially like negligible. It just didn't really move the needle like that. So my hope is this, that Kuminga takes a step and that eventually we lean into like just his strengths. Like I don't think we should run motion with him. I think we and defensively we need to insulate him too. We need to put like a solid rim protector. Maybe play, I don't even know if Draymond works next to him, but maybe play Looney next to him. And so he makes it tough now. Now Kuminga has to hit his shots. You know what I'm saying? Like
This is why I'd be kind of down for like a Bismack or somebody like that. Because that helps him good.
Yo, but TJD, man, I am intrigued, and I know I was saying like
Dre's seeing the vision, bro. I'm telling you,
here's the thing.
The kid's
when we
got
were
it,
watching
man.
the game the other night, like he was doing. I know I said this during the game, but he was doing some Anthony Davis, Draymond stuff, where like the cat and mouse stuff, where like he kind of like the pick and roll. So the guard's coming downhill, he kind of stunts and then recovers to the big. Gives it enough time for the defensive guard to recover to the guard. So you're basically at a net neutral and you have to reset with like 12 on the shot clock. Like TJD's positioning, timing, understanding of like defensive schemes and like executing them is at a very high level. He's very advanced defensively. Yeah. He's very advanced.
How do you view, like, what is your viewpoint on a Kuminga TJD lineup that features them two on the floor?
No, it can't. It's not going to work. The only reason is because they're just too young. You can't have two young dudes out there like that.
Yeah,
it's not going to work.
To me, it's way less of a skill set.
I agree.
Theoretically, like 2K, it works because
sure, yeah. Because your brain is that out there, like
right.
You're the way like, you're kind of operating.
Now we're talking. We're cooking with gas.
Yeah, Kuminga Sarr. Because here's the thing, like you need experience out there, especially at the center spot's a very sensitive spot. Like the center position is a very sensitive position because you can't make mistakes, like especially defensively. You got to rebound. So you can't have TJD and Kuminga out there, but you can have one or the other next to Loon or next to Draymond, and that could work. Like you need experience, you know?
Yeah, man. That's always been my point on the Whitmore stuff is that if you're going to take Whitmore, then you should have just traded Kuminga. Because they're super similar in skill sets.
Whitmore is not even he's not as good as Kuminga. Not even close defensively. And he doesn't give you the rim prep. You know, did you see that stat the other day that like Kuminga was one of the best like finishers in like slashing situations?
Yeah.
How the fuck did he not play more, bro? Like
Steve Kerr.
He was like
that's
top
the
5
kind of stat that'll piss you off for real.
Yo, he was a better cutter than LeBron.
So what I saw, basically, based on those numbers, what I saw was he was basically as good a finisher in those slashing situations as Aaron Gordon with half the volume. He just didn't have the volume, but he was basically as efficient. And the volume wasn't small either. So, like, it was good volume. It wasn't as much. So he could be an Aaron Gordon for us. You know what I'm saying? Off the bench.
Off the bench, dog. Imagine Aaron Gordon off the Warriors.
I mean, hey, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, if Kuminga could be like 60-70% of Aaron Gordon, bro, it's a wrap. Like, shit's a wrap.
Fam,
you can close lineup with
the ball. Listen to me.
You know the problem is you got to rebound. It's rebounding. Exactly. Because Gordon gives you 6, 7, 8 rebounds a night. Kuminga needs to bump up his like 4 rebounds, 3, 4. He needs to give
look at
this
like fucking
6,
lineup
7.
right here, dog. Like, look.
Jesus Christ.
right here, bro.
Bad disrespect.
Look.
Bro, we were just trolling out there, man.
Look at this fuck. Urkel, look at him. Look at this. Look at him. He just dribbled the ball off his fucking leg.
This is flat out fuck.
Off his leg.
We played Clay at the 4 and double overtime.
Off his leg.
The fact that Dante looked as good as he did last year is like that's a problem. That was a bad sign. Like I hope people realize like the worse Dante looked, the better it meant for our team. The fact that Dante looked as good as he did last year was that's an indictment. Like that should have told
That's
you
a dumb
everything you need to know. He
shot.
should not have looked as good, bro.
There's 4 guards out there.
What the fuck was Jordan thinking on that shot? This motherfucker did a push off to a fucking
Rewind that
nasty
for a
ass
second.
three.
Hold up.
Yeah, go
Rewind
back.
that
Go
for a
back.
second.
Go back. Rewind
Somebody
selector.
rewind that for me.
Rewind selector. That's a
Let me find
nasty
that shit
shot.
again. Hold on.
That's a nasty shot, Urkel. That
Let me
is
find that
fucking
again.
disgusting.
Let
That
me
is
find that fucking play again,
Pods
bro.
would
Like,
never.
Bro.
Pods would never. Pods would find the open.
Yeah.
Bro,
You
we
saw it
literally
in the
saw it.
summer league.
We
In the
literally
summer
saw it, bro.
league.
He tied the game, bro. Remember that shit?
Bring this shit back, dog. Hold on. Somebody replay that last play that Jordan just did, bro.
hold
That
on.
shit is
Tied
the
room playing small
nastiest
forward.
shit I've ever seen.
Hold up. I lost it. Where did it go?
You gotta type in Hawks Warriors.
Let me
No, I
find
think
this.
he
shit, bro.
skipped ahead. Look at Bradley
hold on.
Beal.
Let me find this.
Bro, that was nasty. The nigga did a fucking elbow push off to a fucking block 3, dog.
And somebody was wide open. He was being doubled. Somebody was wide open.
Urkel, you see why I'm ruthless on this nigga, bro? You see why? Do you see why, bro? I'm
Bro,
never.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
I can't defend the man right now, bro.
fuck
pull
that.
up some Draymond lowlights for me, please, so I can really get in my slander bag real quick.
Everyone's on
Nah,
the
keep
hot
the
seat this
Jordan.
year.
Yeah, we need some low lights.
Everyone's
Was
on the
that
hot
at
seat
home
this year.
or was that at the Hawks? Which one?
It was
It
at
was at
home.
home.
It was at home. It was at home.
In the very next game against Detroit, like the next day later, or like 2 days later, Jordan Poole with 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter, down like a point.
Then he dribbled the ball off his foot
He
again.
fumbled. He stumbled and fumbled the ball.
Oh, that was against the
Blazers.
Pistons.
the Blazers. Yeah, the Blazers. Yeah.
He did it against the Pistons too. I rewatched the end of
Oh
that
my
game.
god, this dude is.
Yo,
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Clay could be a top. I don't want to say 5, but he could be a top 7 shooting guard in the NBA if he just
bought into a rule.
yeah, like bro, like he's better than KCP in a vacuum. But the reason KCP is better is because he
bought into his
understands
role.
less is more. Like he doesn't do the bullshit. Like he takes open shots. He defends well. He's in the right spots. Like if Clay can just like fit in where he's needed, then he would be a top 6 or 7 shooting guard easily. I mean, the only dudes I would pick over him are like Levine,
Dudes who can create their own shot.
Booker, JB. Yeah, like only.
So when the
those dudes.
motherfucker's bringing up the ball like this, I cringe. He's gonna make that shot, but bro, come on, man.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
good
there's
thing
no
we have-
Steph in this game.
hey, good thing we have Chris Paul now. Hopefully, Steve.
Yeah. That's what I said. I can't really get mad at this because if Steph was playing and he did that shit, then I'm like,
Good
come on, dog.
defense.
Look at this fucking lineup on the court, dog. Oh my
Oh,
god.
Moody, Ty Jerome, Anthony Lamb, Klay Thompson.
Yo, this shows you like the NBA is not even that good, bro.
Yo.
We won this. Yo, it's not even that good, bro. We won this game with that. Like, come on, man.
Bro.
We're up by. Look at this. We're up by 10, bro. The NBA is not even that good, bro. We blew an opportunity, bro.
That was
I mean,
foul.
Look at this, Moody. Fucking just look at this shit.
And one.
Moody's
Yo,
gonna be
Moody
a guy.
should have
for
gotten
us.
more playing time, bro. That's a shame.
He has Bruce Brown capabilities.
Yo, I really do think. Look at PBJ. I really do think CP3 can make Moody look like a Cam Johnson type. I really do.
Look, we're up 16 points.
Is this a game that John Collins just went nuclear?
No, that was the next
wasn't
game.
that game.
That was in Atlanta.
That was the one in Atlanta. That one where the nigga was he came into the game shooting 25% from 3 and hit
Yeah,
like
we
8
blew
6
this
threes,
lead.
bro.
I remember how we blew this lead. I think we were just turning it over like crazy. You know, we just
Because
turned
of
it
that-
over.
19. Like, this is
Because of that
ridiculous.
light skinned motherfucker wearing 3.
We were like turning it over a lot. Like we had like 4 straight turnovers
That's
and shit.
crazy, B.
Of course. So it's because of the GQ model. It's because of the Sports Illustrated hottest athlete in the world.
You're gassing it.
No, I'm just being honest on how they treat it on social media. That's how they treat them on social
That
media.
was a terrible shot.
Yeah, nah, hold on. Yeah, hold on. That's a whole.
So they treat them on social media.
And the canister, and she's like, "Stop trying to gas it up, fam."
Hey, is that
Look at this fucker. Look at him. Look at him.
Was that a Congo or not a
That was a Conway.
That's
Yeah.
a Congo, yeah.
I
It was
like
a
the Congo
Congo.
a lot, bro.
They need to get rid of Capella and just start a Congo, in my personal opinion.
Also,
I mean, you
liked
see,
the comp
I
back
see a lot
then.
of
I liked the comp back then. I liked it even more watching, but Dre made an Okongwu comp for TJD
yeah,
pre-draft.
that's what I was gonna say.
And
I yeah.
it's so interesting to watch him play because I see a little bit of that. And I think TJG's a better playmaker.
Yeah. I remember
Oh, yeah,
Okongwu
for
when he
sure.
came out. Man, the thing is, USC guys, when they come in the NBA, they just know how to defend those USC dudes, man.
Yeah.
USC
Yeah, dude,
dudes.
I see a lot of Okongwu in TJD.
That's why I'm optimistic on a guy like Bron. I think Bronny picked the right college from USC.
Dude. Say what you want about John Collins. I really like John Collins, bro. You put defenders around him, he's a problem.
I like John Collins, but I feel
Look
like
at this shit. Like, what is that shot, bro? Like, what are we doing here? Even though we made it, like, I remember watching that
This
shot.
is the kind of stuff I'm saying. You only know it by watching the games. Like that shot, low key.
I don't mind that shot if he's hot. If he's just taking that shit off a complete whim, then it's like, dog, what the fuck?
If Clay,
Those
well, we
are
all
the-
know when Clay's hot, that's one of his signature shots. But like, bro, like that shot.
But falling away on the baseline, like really?
So those were the shots he was taking towards the end of Game 4. But the problem was
Yeah,
eight
he
points.
wasn't
He had
hitting
8
shit.
points.
He was fucking ass. Like, you don't take those shots when you're hot. I get it, but when you're fucking playing like dog shit, dog, come on, dog. Look
Moody,
at Moody,
man. This
Look
dude's
at
too
Moody.
good, man. Come on.
Bro, he's done that shit so many times last year. That was a bad pass by Ty Jerome.
I think this is gonna be a fun year, man. It's gonna be a fun year. Look at Clay on the glass.
Need more of that.
Yeah. I think he had a career high in rebounding this year.
Yeah, and I think he had like 7 boards this game.
See, Moody needs to guard better. That's just bad. You can't die on the screen like that.
Yeah, he just died on it. He thought his
they hit, like-
wingspan would recover.
Yeah, you just took
Nah,
Looney.
TJD blocks it. I'll be honest. That was a foot speed thing. He just fucking outpaced Looney. Look at this fuck. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Fucking
Oh!
fucking idiot. This fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. Look, turnover. Watch. Turnover, ain't it?
Oh, y'all can't do this to me, man.
Look.
Okay.
Good take.
Hey, good layer, JP. Oh man,
Blew the fucking lead, bro.
man, I'm sorry. It's the reason why it pissed me off because I just feel like if we'd got a continuation of 2022, just so much of the story would have been different. I think, but in a way, I'll miss.
See
him.
that pass by Dante?
Right pass.
Great
Jordan Poole
pass.
throw that shit to the
Yo,
floor.
I
for real.
remember, Clay shot like damn near 60-70% on threes when Dante passed to him.
Yeah,
know that?
man. I want to see what it looks
Dante
like next to
would-
Chris Paul.
Dot Clay. He
Oh,
didn't
man.
miss. Yeah, with
Jordan Poole
CP, man.
highlights are coming up.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Good take.
Okay, he made that.
That's the
Mm.
one thing we're gonna
I
miss.
love
in this
y'all.
game.
We're like waiting on
Yeah,
the
he had good.
waiting on the turnover.
Look
No,
at this
we're
shit.
gonna miss that. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I know what I'm not Jordan's biggest fan at all. Like not even close. But I think we will miss his ability to drive. Like that, his rim pressure was a thing.
I mean,
So what's cool is I think we're actually have time, and I know this is not what anybody wants to think about right now. I think they
Trey Young
might
trying
Watch
to
this.
do it.
Watch
look
this,
at this
please.
shit. Look at this
Please
shit. Look
watch
at this
this.
shit.
Look at
Look
that.
at this shit. Look at this shit.
Yeah, this is bad. You can't. Do
Dribble it off the You're getting
Fucking
paid 30
terrible.
M's. 30 M's and you're
Here we
dribbling
go.
it.
Here we go. Wide open. Wide open.
no way, bro.
I knew Dante was gonna hit that shit. Yo, if you
Oh
seen
my
Draymond,
God.
under the basket,
Oh
he's like,
my God.
ah! Like if you listen closely, Draymond's like screaming before the shot went in. Like if you heard, he knew the shot was good when Dante shot it.
Oh my God. Look at this shit. Look.
Not even bad. I just think you know what it is. CP is going to be far more connected defensively. I mean, I just think Jordan just was a little lost here and there. Look at this stupid shot, bro. What the hell is that? Come on, man. That shit's not winning us games. Enough of that. I need Clay to be more like this. Look at now. Watch this shot. This is Dante. See, that's in his bag. That's a good shot. Catch and shoot. Boom.
Better make
Like
that
that's what I
fucking
want to
go.
see in his bag. Like finding guys in the corner.
Motherfucker,
But
swipe.
what is he doing
Why
there?
is
Like, what is
he
he doing there?
swiping? Why are you swiping? And you're complaining? You're
He's saying
bitching?
he's saying I didn't touch him. I didn't touch him.
Fuck out of here, bro.
You're saying I know Clay's a tough shot maker, but my hope is that Clay takes tough
B
shots
hates that man.
in like on the move. Like this is a good shot. I'm not mad at that shot. And even if you missed it, it's fine because he was single coverage, 1-4 flat. He's just getting to a spot. Like that's fine. But like Clay, when he's taking these like fall away corner threes over like 6'9",
This motherfucker
6'10"
gets
dudes,
blocked
like,
by Trey Young. Look. Fucking Trey Young. Trey Young.
Here's my thing with Jordan though. It's like it happened for 1 game and then 2 games and then 3.
Do the
Like
Pistons game next.
it's
Do
like
the
he didn't
Pistons
get any.
game
He
next.
didn't improve at all with that.
Let's please watch that Pistons game.
He didn't.
Yeah,
He didn't
it
really.
was the game after this, I think, too.
It was 2 days later.
Draymond Green.
Remember he hit that
Back.
shit, bro.
Nah, then
That was
DeJounte
crazy.
hit some bullshit.
Yeah, he did.
Like off a curl or some shit.
Might be De'Aaron Fox shot in game 4.
Look,
This
look
is
at that.
fire. This is fire. This is fire. This is fire.
That was
Same
good
spot.
defense.
Same
He got
spot.
fouled.
That was
low
good
key.
defense.
He was hitting shots all game.
I love Steph, but he was trying to gas up the chemistry, bro.
Trying to gas it up. Let that shit go, bro.
I
It's
think
over.
Trey got a floater here. Yeah.
Yep.
Where's
and-
Poole at? Where that
And then
nigga Poole
Kevon
at? He
Looney.
ain't closing.
Where's Looney Muse at? Where's Looney Muse?
Anybody realize how Poole wasn't closing?
Oh, they took him out for a reason.
I know.
Fucking trash can.
Trash.
Bro, I was
Let's do
so
the Pistons
happy.
game. Let's do the Pistons game.
Bro, that game, I swear to God, that game felt like
The game we lost.
it was like 3 games. Like that shit felt
Took years off.
It was another Jordan Poole disaster class, wasn't it?
I didn't go to bed until 3 a.m. after that game.
Let's do the Pistons game.
This is the season, bro, where I was content to take so many spaces off. I hated myself for not supporting the fam, but there was just certain games where I'm like, I refuse to listen to people talk about this shit. I refuse. I was so pissed off after so many games this past season.
Bro, you know bro, I don't know, like people are dumb. I think it's consumer culture. I think we're kind of programmed to like take things at face value and like just, you know what I'm saying? But this Adam 22 shit, bro, like enough of this shit, bro. It's clear. It's
Where the
clear.
fuck did that come from?
That came out of nowhere.
Came out of left field.
Where the fuck?
This nigga Jay, he's Nick he's Nick Castellanos. Hey, he's Nick
Great
Castellanos.
segue. Great segue.
Bro,
He's Nick Castellanos.
Like
He
he's
said,
not even a good
he said,
actor.
I don't
bro.
know if
Like,
I'm gonna keep my job, and there's a right field drive, Castellanos home run.
Bro, I'm a better actor than him, bro. This dude doesn't know, like, he can't sell it, bro. You gotta sell it. If you're gonna try to like convince people that you're like this, bro, it's so clearly like a publicity stunt, bro. Like, come on, man, you gotta be a better actor than this, bro. It's like he doesn't even sell it right. You gotta
crazy.
I know, dude. I have
Great
friends
segue.
that could fucking sell it right. You gotta sell it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, this man
Yo,
Dre.
Dre, you know how many people you know how many people fell for that nonsense, bro?
Bro, I don't like it's so clear, bro. He's a bad actor,
Yeah.
bro. Like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to sell it. It's so obvious, like it's not real, bro. That shit's not real. It's all like a publicity stunt. It's so clear. It's a sell job. He's trying to sell this like it's like this shocking.
He's trying to gas it up, Dre. He's trying to gas
It's like
it
this.
up.
It's like he's trying to like, yeah, like it's shocking, right? It's like a shocking thing, but like you can tell by like, at first I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting, and then by like the first 2 weeks, I was like, oh yeah, this is clearly like they're just trying to create something out of nothing. It's shock value. It's shock value.
What
That's
they're
all.
trying to do, I remember I heard I was I didn't listen to their podcast, but I had somebody who listened to their podcast, basically breaking down what they said. They're basically doing this shit because they're looking a way out of porn, though. That's all they are.
Yeah.
That's
They're
really
looking
what
for
it
a
is.
way out of porn.
Yeah, because they're trying to be financially stable enough that they can fucking say that they can retire and never have to go back to it.
Then what's her OnlyFans page looking like? Because she's
got-
like, bruh.
Yeah,
That's
this
why-
shit, this shit is
that's
crazy.
why he's
Going
that's
bananas.
why he's having her sleep with other men now, that they can just get enough money to get out of it. Because people are tired of seeing.
Because if you're not financially stable at this point,
no,
Well,
it's
you know
the
they
thing
buy
of-
like he has like
somebody go on the phone right now. I want to know what her ranking on Pornhub was before this, what it is now.
You asking people to do research on Pornhub?
No, what?
Where's
What?
Ray at?
No,
Hey,
what?
where's Ray at? Where's Ray
This
at?
is Ray. This is Ray's expertise.
Ray.
Hey, this is
Somebody
Ray
get
the
Ray in
Where's
here.
Ray at?
Somebody get Ray in here.
Because I can guarantee you she's probably in the top like
Ray
20.
might know off the top of his head.
I mean,
I guarantee you she's in
I
the top
cannot
20.
confirm
And
or
I'm not
deny.
talking about
Hey,
trending. I'm talking
Lindell,
about overall.
Lindell. I cannot confirm or deny she might be top 15.
Oh my god.
Cannot confirm or deny that
Oh
statement.
my
Oh my
god.
god. Because I literally never heard of
Allegedly.
her before this.
Allegedly.
I'm gonna be honest,
Allegedly.
I've never heard of her before.
Allegedly.
I have
Allegedly.
literally never heard of her
So
before.
this is my feeling.
Oh,
I
I've
think
heard.
that,
a
I've
cream
heard.
pie is a cream
I
pie. What
have
is
a
wrong
theory.
with you, Bionic man?
Now, I don't know. Maybe this is common. Maybe this is like a. Maybe someone has floated this theory out.
What happened, Ray?
Maybe someone has floated this theory out or whatever. Oh, I think Corey Joseph hit like a crazy shot in this game too, low key.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But this might be a theory that's been floated out or whatever. I'm not sure. But what goes through my mind is, okay, I think that they probably got married, so they can
Yeah.
pull this shit off and say, "Oh, look at me,
Yeah.
I'm married, and I'm doing this." Like,
It's her quote unquote wedding gift.
like, dude, it's so like, bro, they're not dumb. They're not dumb people,
Lindell, could you imagine?
bro. You know,
Lindell, could you imagine you get married, your wife tells
Damn,
you?
I'm the wedding gift, bro. You're fucking crazy.
they got married for the publicity stunt. Like that sets it up. That sets up the shock value. Because if they were just dating, it wouldn't be as like. It's like
No.
because when you have all this commentary, it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
And they got a kid
married.
together too. And they got
Yeah,
a kid
well,
together.
that's
Culture.
scary though. That's a scary thought.
Bro.
There's a daughter.
That is a scary thought.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, social media ruined everything. Like
It
even
did,
saying
it
the
did.
word marriage is like doesn't even hold the same value.
It does,
No.
yeah, and not even close.
Like it's like
Shadow,
can't
you get
even-
into one
even-
fight in a
No,
marriage
but
and
what
that's a
is
divorce.
bro? Like this is an unpopular opinion, but there's no such thing as good girls, only good days, bro. The day you fuck up with a girl, you'll see.
That's a crazy line.
You'll see a woman scoring, brother.
Yeah, hell has
You
no
will
rap
see.
but the woman
Everybody
scorn.
always thinks they got the good girl, bro. You fuck around and find out, bro. You will find out when the pressure's on. See how long they fucking.
Why is Dante guarding Bogdanovich, bro? He's 6'8". Yeah, I was
You
noticing
just
this
need a
stuff
person
here.
with good values, man.
What? Even if they had fucking good values, it still don't make a difference.
No, because listen,
No, you can't marry in the U.S. I'm not gonna do that. It's not gonna
why?
work.
Brother, never mind.
That's
Even
crazy.
from a culture perspective, marriage doesn't
Oh,
hold the
Jordan.
same value no
This
more.
man
No, I
Dre's gonna
think
Because in
find himself.
American culture, I see
This
that
man
people
Dre's
don't
gonna
value
find
the
him
love
somebody
of
who
or family the same.
Hey,
Brother,
Urkel, this man
like
Dre's
you
gonna
have to
marry somebody
understand
from a
what
different country.
generation we're in. The
Dre's about to
average
put up numbers
female,
in Thailand.
the average female gets
Put up
the
numbers
average
in
female
time.
gets 3 DMs a day,
That's
dog.
Jay,
Come on,
but that's
man.
Jay. You're telling me he's about to take Jay's spot? That's crazy.
The average females gets 3 DMs?
3 DMs a day, bro. That's over 1,000 dudes in a year. And you're not gonna say that they didn't fucking entertain the bullshit, bro?
Hey, Snake,
Come on,
you
man.
sliding into your DM, Snake?
Come on, man.
I can't confirm or deny that.
She was
Bro,
like,
I'm
look, that
telling
I
you,
number
feel
went
like
up on
people.
the playback alone.
It's
Stop
because
we
playing.
in
live in a
American
social
culture, people
media
value
ruined everything, bro.
themselves
Ruined
more than their
everything.
Really
family.
did.
Bro, it's crazy.
You see that NPC shit on TikTok too, right? That shit
Yeah.
is weird as
Oh
fuck,
my
bro.
god, bro. I'm concerned.
What's the NPC?
That's when my brain started to shift, bro.
Bro, that NPC shit on TikTok is crazy, bro.
What
You
is
talking about that one girl?
These
Yeah,
girls,
that one girl.
these
She
girls
took
have figured out.
damn.
No, the girl's from Montreal, bro, but
Yeah.
everyone's laughing. But the girl's running it up because everybody's
Oh,
copying
yeah,
her
she made so
videos.
much
Remember,
money. She's
TikTok
made so much money
gets
on
paid
YouTube.
based off of the amount of videos. You get paid based off of the amount of videos other people make about your original post. They sent the girl viral. The girl's gonna be a millionaire, bro.
Yeah.
And she's sitting in Montreal, Canada, dog.
You see
And
Jordan
the
just
reason
turn on
why
that
she's
shot?
speaking, and people that don't even realize, they're too slow to realize, the reason
Hey,
why
Shadow.
she's speaking like that, she doesn't speak English.
Hey,
Yeah,
Shadow.
you could tell. You could tell.
Shadow.
Yeah.
I need you to repeat what you just said. You say there's no more good
No,
marriages.
there's no such
only
thing as good girls, only good days, bro. No such
good
thing.
days.
I
Nah,
couldn't
bro, it's
tell.
about the
Bro,
values, man.
nah, listen to me.
It
Listen
is.
to me.
Shut the fuck up.
Listen
Mario.
to me, guys. I know a lot of. Listen to me. I know a lot about basketball. You guys think I know a lot about music. You guys think I know a lot about sports, and I have plugs. But listen to me and listen to me good. Females, there is very few people on the planet Earth that know the intricacies of a female's mind like me. I'm just going to leave it at that.
This
I'm
man,
telling you
Steve
guys
Harvey.
right now, there is literally no such thing as good girls, only good days, bro.
Somebody said
Urkel.
Shadow
Bro,
Samuels.
that's a toxic mindset, my man.
Nah,
Bro,
hey,
You
brother,
Urkel.
can't be thinking like that.
what do you mean you can't be thinking
Ariane,
like that,
Shut up,
brother?
Ariane.
fuck up.
There's
Shut up,
no
Ariane.
such thing. Are you crazy?
Kimmy,
Fam,
Ariane,
you're
did you hear what
Jamaican.
I
You're
just
different,
said?
Kimmy.
I
Three,
think
listen
dropped.
to me and listen to me good. 3 dudes a day go in a female's DM. If she is with a man, she's gonna say no 20 times, 40 times, 60 times, 100 times. But there's gonna be the time where you get on her nerves, you argue. She may have caught you out of pocket, talking, liking girls' pictures or doing whatever, or exchanging phone numbers or whatever.
Shadow, it's
And
not
she's
even the
mad.
people. It's the culture. It's the
It's
culture.
the culture. It has nothing to do with people. We're
Yeah.
so we're
That's
so
what I'm
like
saying.
we're
It's
so
it's values,
desensitized.
bro. That's what I'm saying.
but values are there's
No,
no.
no, no, no.
values
Ariane,
No, there's no
Ariane, Ariane,
values,
Ariane,
bro.
Ariane. That's the
We're
point.
on social
You gotta
media.
go,
How
bro.
can we have
Ariane, you
values?
gotta go to a different. Here's the thing.
Exactly.
You gotta go somewhere else though, like
Yeah.
where the values are actually like
It's
different.
that's what I
It's
mean. By
not. It's
culture,
not
I
just the
mean
values. The
by
word
values,
value
I mean European
replace
culture,
value
bro.
with social media, bro. It's
Right,
just
right, right.
social
Exactly,
media.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's social media. Women's expectations,
Yes.
bro. I have girls from
Polygamy
my
should be
bro.
pushed.
You
Okay,
guys
bro.
think it's a joke? I am from the trenches, bro. Girls are. I'm from the trenches. These girls want Birkins, dog.
Sorry to disrupt y'all, but Jordan Poole's got to fuck up.
They said Dre, go get you a Jamaican, Dre. They said Dre, go get yourself a
He just got
Jamaican.
picked up by Alec Burks, bro.
Yo, Dre, they said go get yourself a Jamaican, dog.
Yeah,
I
right.
got a survey. I got a survey.
You're right.
I don't understand this thought process, man.
What do you mean? You don't understand it?
Because Middle Easterns don't think like that. When they think about settling down, they settle. But when they meet, when
But they
you
settle
get
down
married,
Hold on.
different way.
What is the policy in the Middle East?
Orion, where
Hold
do you
on.
live? Oh, hold on.
What is
Orion,
the policy in the Middle East with social media?
Hold on, Orion. Let me ask you this.
What's I live in Texas right now, but I live
Okay, that's my
most
point. Hold
of my
on.
life
You're
in Iran.
speaking, Orion, this is my problem with you. You're speaking about a Middle Eastern mindset, and you live in
It's not
fucking-
even just the mindset.
Hold on,
There's no
and you live in
social media there, Dre.
Hold on, you live in Texas.
I was raised a certain way, bro.
Yes,
Both my parents.
you have to adjust.
Okay, bro.
Don't no. Hold on. So are you gonna? You can't,
You're
bro,
gonna get
this is-
fucking played.
Ariane,
Ariane, you're gonna get played out of all your.
You're gonna
I'm
get
not
played
saying-
right out of fucking
Hold
Texas,
on, I'm
bro.
not saying.
You're
hold
gonna
on.
be crying in the corner one day
Ariane,
and
Ariane.
fucking losing it on fucking
Ariane. I'm
if
not
you
saying.
sit here and think that shit's fucking
I
like
understand
this
your
out here, bro.
perspective, but can you understand my perspective?
Ariane, do you have a
understand your
girlfriend,
perspective.
Ariane?
Ariane, hold on. I understand your perspective. Here's what you need to do.
Urkel asking the right question.
You're looking. You're
No, I'm
okay,
asking
so-
a legit question. Do you have a girlfriend, Ariane? Like,
Yes, I currently do.
okay. What's her ethnicity?
She's Persian.
Okay.
Yeah, she's from Iran, your same country. So cultured.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was
Did she
saying.
fast with you, Ariane?
Yeah, but what I'm gonna tell you, I'm not disrespecting your woman, but the Persian she is and the Persian that's back in Iran are two different Persians, brother.
That's a fact.
No, I understand that completely.
No. You don't understand that. It is two different Persians, brother.
I know, bro. I know that they're very different. I know.
Okay, does your woman wait on you hand and foot? Is she
No.
massaging you, rubbing your feet, feeding you dinner, saying
makes me dinner.
hello? When she sees
Yeah.
a man, she's walking down the street. She will not turn. A man can't talk to her or address her. She will not look. That's how it is in Iran. I have plenty of friends who speak Farsi, bro, and plenty of Iranian friends who bye and fucking the kebab. I have a million friends like that, brother. The Persian in Iran and the Persian here are two different Persians, bro.
And that's a result
Social
of the- and
media
we can get-
brainwashed the human mind, brother.
And we can
So
get
let
into
me-
the
so
reasons
let
for
me-
that.
so
We
let
can get
me-
into the
hold
reasons for
on.
that, right? But
Hold on, let me-
the political structures and the social structures are completely different. In Iran, religion is a huge part of the culture, which kind of dictates how the social atmosphere is the flow from top
Let
bottom.
me
So
let,
people conform and adjust to those things. Now in America, you're more secular, so people aren't as necessarily. So now you have more freedom of thought, more freedom of practice. So now here's the thing: it's like you take a carnivore who's been taught you're a carnivore, and you put them in a vegetarian environment. It's like, well, I'm supposed to be a carnivore. It's like, well, you got to adjust, or you go to a carnivorous environment where you can actually eat meat. Pause. So my point is that you either have to adjust who you are and how you think, or you have to adjust the environment you're in.
It's
You have to adjust either how you think or the environment that you're in. So if you're in a different country, you have to adjust how you think, or you have to move to a different country to continue how you want to live or whatever beliefs you've been raised under. My point is that, or you can just fail. Like, you can just fail and not like. And I'm just saying. Now, here's the other thing: it's not impossible. You can still find like people that are close to what you want in America. I just think it's way harder. Like, I think it's harder to find someone that I want based on the way I think.
Where, Dre? Where? You're still settling, bro.
What do you
You're
mean?
still settling. No matter what. Listen to me.
Oh no, you're always going to be
Social
settling.
media has
You're always going to be
completely
settling.
conformed the mind.
let me
Like
ask you something,
even perfect
Shadow.
thing. You
Let me
want me to
ask
tell
you
you
something,
a perfect
Shadow.
example? We forget as humans how to even spell words because of autocorrect. Because we know that autocorrect will automatically correct us, it's our crutch. So we don't even think about words. We don't even know how to spell as well as we do 10 years ago.
That's true. I hear people
Let me ask
say,
you something, Shadow,
Let
real
Jermaine go.
quick.
Yeah, go ahead,
Real
Jermaine.
quick. So what about a woman that does not have any social media? None.
No. But do you know every woman has social media? Do you want me to tell
No,
you
no,
why?
no, no.
No, I'm
No.
explaining to you, Jermaine.
I'm telling you what
Because
I know, brother. No,
no,
I'm gonna
I'm
disagree
just gonna
with you on
explain to
this.
you why every woman has social media.
Okay.
Because show me your friends, I will show you your character. She's a product of her environment. Even if she doesn't have it, they will succumb. Did you see what happened to that? Don't mean to bring up homeboy's situation. Lowe's wife didn't want to do 90% of the shit that she did. It was the fucking rah-rah, it was the cheerleaders in the back gassing her. Very seldom a lot of women are more followers than leaders. You're going to have that one alpha in the group that can manipulate 30, 40 girls. No, come on. Why you listen to that
Agreed.
man? Why you put up with that bullshit? Why you so it's
Agreed.
still the social media? Because she may not have social media, but her 4 friends that she's known for 15 years plus are already circumvented and warped in their mind. So one time, like perfect example, like, do you think how many times, like, us growing up in the 80s and 90s, your fathers and your uncles and your grandfathers didn't stray? I'm not saying a woman has to put up with shit, but my mother knew what was going on, but she kept her head straight and she said, my family's more important than proving my point, so I'm going to stick this out and I'm going to focus on my family. A woman today, just out of spite, you getting a girl's, oh, I'm gonna show you, bro. I see it every day, bro. Anuel and fucking 6ix9ine did a song together. 6ix9ine does a fucking rat, scum of the earth. Anuel's baby mother, who he just had a kid with, as soon as they got into one little altercation, homeboy did went a little sidewinder. She ran to the man's ops. This is what females do in this day and age. This was unheard of 10 years ago, bro. This was unheard of.
But
So
we
what
are
I'm trying to tell you is,
we are talking about a certain sector when we about these girls. They are younger.
yes. A
Yeah.
woman who's
So
40 years old, 45 years old, she's past all that stuff. Yeah, will she think, but she won't be so quick to run out the court. You understand
right.
what I'm saying? There's a saying we used to have in our hood: young, dumb, and full of cum. That's what these young girls
Yeah.
are, bro. And it is what it is, bro. Like, I see what's going on, and even on Twitter, bro. For girls, I know plenty of females on Twitter that have a man back home where they're from. They have a boyfriend. But the level of entertaining they are entertaining, coming in spaces, being in group chats, doing all this. Do you think their man knows that they're in these group chats, bro?
No.
Nope.
With
Remember that
14
time, like
other
Shadow,
dudes?
Shadow, Shadow. Remember that time that girl came into Urkel Spaces after we lost the Lakers series? She said, "Don't do that. My boyfriend's in here." And Urkel said, "Well, fuck him." Urkel straight up just said, "Well, fuck him."
Oh
Bro,
yeah, I remember that.
bro. We live in a sad world, but it is what it is, man. Like sometimes people will be in denial, but I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you,
You
there's
got to get
only
in
the
where you
peer
fit in,
pressure is a
man.
motherfucker, bro. Just
Yeah,
like
you
in the
got.
80s, fucking like bro, right now, like as you see kids growing up, there's fucking sipping
So
lean,
you think the
popping.
the old mindset's gone?
Oh no, that's dead. It's dead. Like you have to remember, people don't gotta die in the physical all the time. Sometimes people die spiritually, or die mentally, or die emotionally. You understand what I'm saying? They're still their physical bodies still on Earth and still existing, still living their life and doing their things, but a piece of them died. And when we say values, we might as well say social media. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's certain things like I'll even give you a perfect example. I have super love for my Muslim brothers and sisters. But what these people are doing in the Muslim culture in America, in comparison to back home, these people will be getting
It's not the
stoned,
same, yeah.
beat, ostracized. They're talking about during Ramadan, and 90% of the shit that they're doing is haram, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
90% during Ramadan. I'm not even talking about on a day-to-day basis. If people mess up, like from a cultural, from a religious standpoint, you're nobody's perfect. Just whether it's be you praise to Buddha, you praise to Allah, or you praise to God, God upstairs. Nobody's perfect. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, during the holy month, and you're fasting for prayer to magnify your blessings.
Aram, grab the stones.
Come on, man. Come
Nigga,
on,
Urkel
bro.
just came out of nowhere. Haram,
Top
grab the
rope.
stones.
He came off the top rope.
Come
Boom.
on, man. This shit is crazy we're in, bro.
I'm working on some shit right now. You got me fucked.
And
Oh
then
no,
and then on top
I'm
of it,
fucking crying.
then on top of it, yo, Jermaine, you had 1 and 2 hood chicks from the hood, but even the hood chicks in the hood, how they used to speak to men, they wouldn't even dare to yell and raise their voice, and they would
Oh
act
no.
like a lady. They may be
Lady.
upset or may cuss you out or may say whatever, but the level of their mouth, "I'll fuck you, nigga," and nigga this and nigga, like, bro. Like, what are you doing? Act like a lady. Be in your bag, bro. Have some sort of sophistication, because there's no such thing as people just liking each other. People become magnets and they attract. One person is attracted to another because they're in a paradigm and another person's in a paradigm, so they attract to each other like magnets. So that's what the whole level of attraction is. You can't even be attracted to these females because even when they look good, their their soul is ugly.
Yeah. Personality.
Screaming at suck my dick, nigga. Like, what?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
That's
Yeah.
corny. That shit
Or
is so
that.
corny.
We've
Hey,
seen some of that recently, have we
you know
not?
what, Shadow?
Yes, we have.
It's a lot of bitches, man, screaming that shit, bro.
And it's disgusting, brother. And then
Yeah.
they wonder, and then they're gonna click in and they're gonna be 38 and wonder why they're not married.
Y'all are gonna get
No
yourselves in trouble.
man
Let me tell
wants
y'all
you,
this.
bro.
What happened?
Y'all are gonna get yourselves in trouble. Like, I'm just letting y'all know now.
No, I don't care. I don't
I
care,
don't
bro.
care.
I don't
Fuck it.
care. It's disgusting when
It's the
women come out of
truth.
just like it's disgusting for a man to take his hand, big hand that I can knock out a 300-pound man at 6'5", 300 pound. I can knock him out cold, and I would put my hands on a woman. That's buffoonery, bro.
Yeah.
There's certain things that a man shouldn't do, and there's certain things that a female shouldn't do. A man is a protector. You shouldn't be breaking down women mentally, physically, spiritually, any form. Same way a woman is supposed to be a man's backbone. He shouldn't be saying, "What up, nigga? Suck my dick. Fuck you, nigga," and all
Supposed to
kind
be
of
your
things.
real. It's
There's
supposed to be
nothing
your
there's
real.
nothing sexy and there's
No.
nothing woman about that. Period.
Agreed.
That's disgusting. That's why you're in your 30s and 40s and you ain't married and no man wants you, bro.
with 3 baby daddies.
NY
Because
girl
your
is the most
soul is
masculine.
ugly.
Yes,
Your
NY girls are
soul
the
is
most
ugly.
masculine.
Forget
Bro,
about how your face
I'm
looks.
just saying my
Facts.
ultimate. I have two ultimate points. Adam 22 is a horrible actor. He needs to do a better job of selling. He needs to sell it, bro.
That's
If
how
you're
this
gonna
whole thing got
if you're
started.
gonna try to pull this off, you got to sell it better because he's not pulling this off well, and it's actually annoying to see. Because I'm like, bro, you're dragging this on for shock value, but it's clearly like it's
But
clearly.
Dre, we're desensitized. Bro, Madonna got banned by the Catholic Church for wearing bra and underwear on TV.
Nah, I didn't watch the video, but
Women
I
are
will say
wearing
this.
bra and underwear every day, bro.
I did say
Jermaine, you
this.
don't remember when Madonna was getting banned and for the Like a
Yeah.
Virgin video?
Urkel,
Didn't
wait,
Yeah, I'm
didn't
a
Urkel,
virgin.
didn't
big,
these
Urkel,
girls
big
are
Yeah.
booty stand.
naked on Twitter, the timeline.
I can't
Put
even
in their
avoid it.
OnlyFans.
Wait, hold on. Urkel, big booty stand. I didn't even watch the video. It's all over my
That's
timeline.
Hold on.
crazy.
Who are you talking to in the chat?
That Urkel big booty.
Who are you talking to in the chat?
But I
The
will say this.
username is
I will say
crazy.
this. The other thing is
Urkel,
this, right?
Urkel,
Now,
Urkel, big booty, whatever. I am not married, bro.
listen. I'm gonna be
Married for what?
and now listen. I'm
That
gonna
shit
be
is
honest
not
with you, right?
sacred. Why would they even think about getting married, bro?
So
That's
my
not
first
that's not
that was my
sacred,
first
bro.
point. My second point is this, right? Very simple.
Don't
If people can do what they want,
I don't even think
everybody
that shit exists no more, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
my second point is very simple. People, and this is the bigger point. This is the more important point. People can do what they want. Everyone's an individual. Everyone has their preferences. Everybody has their own lives. This is what this country was founded on: individuality, living the life you want to live without the conformity and the oppression of government power. All those things, fine. That's the idea, right? So people should do what they want. Okay. My preference is I don't love the culture in America.
Nope.
Just based on what I value more of a family-oriented
Yeah,
mindset.
but
Yes.
marriage is not about family in America. It's a contract. It's a
Right, and I
financial
don't,
contract.
and shadow. That's why I'm not gonna.
Is this
I'm
the
not
same
That's
gonna.
way in
why people.
Canada
The
too,
word
Shadow?
marriage means contract. Like
Mm-hmm.
the
And
word
that's what I'm
marriage
saying,
means contract.
and that's what I mean, shadow. Is that's
When
just
you
that's why.
marry an agreement, you're not marrying a person. You're marrying an agreement. It's an agreement that financially, rich or poor, that like you're making an agreement. People think it's about God, but when you get divorced, you can't go to the judge and say you take your love and you take your love and go about your separate ways. No, the woman gets the house. You have to pay alimony for the kids. You're not paying child support, or you're not paying. Your license is suspended. Your passport is suspended. Your taxes, you're gonna get taxed this much. It's a tax benefit. It's a tax benefit. That was the purpose of marriage back in the days, for tax benefits. And it's also people get married to go into the bank and get a home, because that's how you would get homes and build a family. A family and a home were synonymous with each other.
Oh
That's why people
God.
made families, to fill their home that they just bought. That's
We,
it.
we got those people in the chat now. Goodness gracious, they
But I
came
do
in
think.
here.
Listen. Nobody's telling anyone how to live their lives. You live your life how you want. All I'm saying is based on my preferences, based on what I value. I don't think America is the optimal country or environment for me to find what I'm looking for. That's it. It's simple.
Hey, Shadow.
Yeah,
What was that shit you was speaking the other day when you was like, can you divide love?
you can't divide love, bro.
All right, yeah.
You can't
So
divide love, bro. And
exactly.
and there's two different segmentations of love. There's unconditional love. Like the love you may have for a woman will never be the same love that you have for your mother or your daughter or your son. That's unconditional love. The love that I have for my kids, and the love that even my son is not here with me in the physical. The love that I have for him, I can never give that same love to a woman. The what I seen my mom out the trenches, bro, still get me Jordan, bro. The lady didn't even make $300 a week, bro, and she still found a way, bro. together. You don't do things together. You don't speak about your future. Everything's about you're just living in today and winging it, bro.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, you aren't finding that shit in America, bro, because 90% of the time a woman would lie to your face and say that they love you, but they don't, bro. It'll be like a one-sided thing.
And they don't even know what love is because
No.
sometimes, and it's messed up to say, how it's very difficult to know what, bro, it's very difficult to know what bad is when you've only experienced good. That's why I'm the opposite of friends. Oh, we've had so many good times together, bro. Then those ain't friends, bro. Those are fake friends. How many times has your friend ever looked in your face and said your breath stinks? Or that outfit is horrible? People ain't real, bro. Or people just yes people to death. They'll say something crazy and thing like, bro, you don't have to agree with everybody all the time, but you don't have to embarrass people either. I always have a rule. I will rock with them in public and correct them in private. You know how many personal conversations Urkel and I have, or Urkel or Dre and I have? We don't always have to agree, but we can respect each other, and we can respect. Sometimes they respect me because they know that I have wisdom. I've seen things and I understand things, so I'm bringing my perspective. Doesn't mean my perspective is right, because culturally we could be different. Because at the end of the day, Canada and America are very close, but we're two different countries. Canada's not a political country. It doesn't even really believe in politics like that. The average 80% of people have never voted before. You understand what I'm saying? It's a rite to passage. When you get 18, you gotta stamp your card. They come, they do their census, they calculate if you don't do this and taxes and whatever, you go to jail, bro. You know how many people I know don't pay taxes? That can never fly in America, bro. Uncle Sam is coming for you, fam. So from a cultural standpoint, Canada's different. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, scenarios and situations can have similarities and be the same in certain perspectives. That's why I'll tell you guys, and I'm being transparent. The numbers are the numbers, bro. You could have a girl, you could have fun, but it's gotta be more than just she looks good and she think. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and this is my personal belief. Don't go for the woman that you like. Go for the woman that likes you and mold her into the individual that you like. Simple, bro.
Yep.
A woman can make a man better, and a man is duties to make a woman better. Invest into your woman. Do what you need to do. You understand what I'm saying? From a mind, body, and soul. She has dreams, invest in those dreams. She doesn't know something, teach her. You understand what I'm saying?
But wait,
Be a
but
leader,
Shadow,
lead her.
can't I argue?
If you don't know nothing, allow her to teach you. Embrace it. Be open-minded. These are the things that you got to do, and it's a lot of compromise. And if you ain't ready for it, I see people are so like they're so, oh, fuck this person, this, that person. They can't even agree about basketball. How I know your home ain't it, bro.
Yeah. No, you're right.
They're so confrontational on the timeline,
but
and it's thing, bro. You could see these personalities and know it is no surprise when things pop up and like.
Shadow, wait. Let me ask you this. So you said men should look for women that like them more than they like them, right?
Yeah, 100%.
My thing is this though. Women should be probably doing the same thing though, right? I mean,
yeah, but men and women are two different. Men are creatures
no.
of habit.
I agree.
Women are creatures of emotion.
My point is that if you have two people looking for people,
no, but the only thing is like we're comparing a Ferrari to a Bugatti. Both beautiful cars. One is operation and very expensive and delicate and sensitive, and you're supposed to treat right, and it's not supposed to be driven and rode around, and then a Ferrari is supposed to be driven to the ground. Men, in their perspective and their ideologies and ways of thinking, because a man will it's weird because women don't really want men with no experience, but then they complain about, it's an oxymoron, they complain about men that they're dogs and they're whores, they've been with so many girls, but a woman wants a man who's has experience, has been in situations, has been a protector. I'm speaking from my perspective because I'm going through years and years, and at 15 I was a father, bro.
But
at 15 years old I had my first kid. So I'm speaking out of years and years and years and years and years of experience.
100%. My question is though, if women are being told the same thing, right? If they're being told, look for a man who loves you more than you love him, and men are being told, look for a woman that loves you more than you love her,
Yeah.
like how is that ever going to set up like
No, but Dre,
success?
we have to be in the real world. Like a JUCO, the word a JUCO and education, a JUCO means forever learned or learned, and the infinite amount, meaning that a piece of paper, you going, getting a degree, doesn't necessarily mean an education, because every day is an education, is a learning curve, is a learning process.
Of course.
The problem is people don't want to teach each other. So that generational handing down omens and ideologies,
Yeah,
those things,
passing
you don't
down.
even
Yeah,
get those things. That thing's dead. Once you get to America, nobody sits you down and says, let me teach you some things. And an individual is going to sit down and listen because this person has experience or or a life lesson. People don't do that. So what I'm saying is, like, even females like will run around and then they'll have their girls and their friends, bro. Like, and me personally, I'm a proponent of, if you only have friends during the good times, they were never your friends. Because the only
right.
way you can tell someone is a friend is if there's bad times. How do they react? So that's what people even say, like, oh, this person made it to the NBA. I grew up with them all my life. And then they get, no. That person was always like that. They were always
Well, Shadow,
selfish.
here's the thing. I don't think we've said anything controversial. Like we're just speaking on like the
No, no, no.
dynamics.
But people are gonna say whatever they want. It doesn't matter. People can listen to me, Dre.
People get
People will
offended over everything.
speak. People will speak on parenting and never had a parent. I've never been a parent before.
Yeah, just theory at that
Or
point.
never had a good relationship with their parents either.
I never had a good relationship with their parents, but they're gonna tell me about parenting, and I was a parent since I was 15 years old, and I raised
Yeah.
my child since I was 17 years old by myself, solo dolo. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't even listen to people because they're not even experienced enough in that specific field. You listen to the experts. They don't even have their 10,000 hours in any segment of life.
You're right.
You understand what I'm saying? I see people don't even know the rules of golf and they're commenting on Stephen Curry's golf. Oh, well, what tournament can it? Bro, that was a professional tournament. That was a real tournament Steph played in. You understand what I'm saying? But the people love to comment and say things and speak on things that they don't know. That is the definition of being dumb. Because the reason why I sometimes sound so intellectual, because I literally only speak about things I know. You do not see your Shadow speak on neuroscience, bro. I don't know neuroscience.
Yep.
Speak on fashion because I'm well adverse. I'm one of the biggest, best mentors in fashion. Went to Parsons Fashion Institute. I was men's fashion designer of the year in Canada. Like, there's accolades and things that I don't even bring up on Twitter because it wouldn't even make sense. People couldn't even grasp the facts of my life and what I've seen in my life. Most people will get spooked and scared what I've been through in the trials and tribulations of my life. So I'm experienced. I'm adverse in multiple areas. I've seen the streets. I've been in the clinker. I've been fighting for my life. You understand what I'm saying? I've lost people. Those things people cannot. They can't even. They don't even know or understand.
It. Yeah.
They can't even empathize.
Right.
And empathy is a huge thing in life. In life, people just aren't empathetic. In anybody's situation, people are just going off at the handle and they're just screaming, "Oh, I don't like this person," or "Fuck this person," and saying all these tweets and doing all these things.
Now let me ask
And then are shocked when we lose someone to a tragedy, or someone takes their life, or someone has a mental breakdown.
Now, Shadow, I want to get a little deeper here. Is that an American?
It's not even just. I would say more. It's more North American, but it's a more. I wouldn't even say a North American thing. It's a North American influence.
I think
it's a North American influence because it's starting to trickle into Africa. It's starting to trickle into the Middle East. Like, a perfect example. Look at Dubai. Dubai was a desert 30 years ago. Popping bottles, alcohol, sparklers flying. It's a Muslim country.
Yeah.
That's not haram what they're doing.
Yeah.
But they're bending the rules for revenue.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Is like when we like, so we're speaking this through the lens of like the Western world, America, North America. said. So that's a very interesting thing. You're right. Empathy. You think America? I think America has too much influence on how other countries like perceive entertainment, right? Or like
Yep.
you see all these countries try to like replicate American, food, like fast food or like movies or
But
try.
you know what's the main? You know what's the main problem, Dre? The
Yeah.
English language is literally so confusing. People act like it's simple, but it's so confusing because they go where, and where. Which where am I
Right.
talking about?
Right.
There, and there. Which there. What am I talking about? People aren't even using the proper English or the terminology
Yeah, sometimes it do be
So,
fucking
so
grammatically
I
me up.
agree.
in the right in the right sentence or the right
So
context.
Ali
And
makes a good point in the chat, but here's my thing. I think so. Now there's a point, right? There's something called an inflection point with that, where it comes what do you call it? Like when something's too much, like what's the word when like you do something too much that it almost has drawbacks, like it takes away from it. That whatever that phrase is,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think with America it's become not just overkill, but like it's like
It's oversaturated on so many different.
I think ultimately this is what I'm trying to say, right? Is that it's become perverted, and what I'm saying is we've moved way to one end of like
The spectrum.
everything's about consumerism. Everything's about like making the quickest dollar you can. Everything's about like profiting, and it's not
You
enough
see,
about
but
like
that's it. These are the things that I'm
right.
speaking about, and profit comes from the other way because money is a byproduct
Oh, that was the word
of
I
a
was looking for.
success.
I was looking for diminishing returns. It's diminishing
Yes,
returns. Yeah.
money is a byproduct of success. If you put in the work and you're really good at the shit you fucking do, it helps you keep score. I have a saying that says, "Don't love money, love what it does for the ones that you love." And all money does is keep score to let you know that you're really good at doing the shit that you do. That's why they say Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, they trust them, not because they say they do good work. Their good work, how it shows is by their finances.
Exactly.
Do you
Which means that
understand what
the
I'm
value
saying?
we're
So
placing
they're
value in that.
keeping score.
That's the value.
You know what I
We're placing,
mean? Like
but that's the thing is that
that's what it's about, bro.
why
This
is the
is a
value
game of life.
placed? Why is value placed on money as opposed to like character?
Oh no. Character, man. Like we can go deep on character because character you need structure. And
Sure.
there's structure and rules. Even though we're speaking about religion in comparison to other things and ideologies are a little bit blasphemous, but even religion has structure. Education has
Right.
structure. The
Right.
point of education, people say, "Oh, go get a good education, get a good job." Well, it's not about jobs because job stands for just over broke. In Africa, you don't have jobs. You're an entrepreneur and you go out there and you make the best that you can. That you come from the bottom, and then that's why there's so many black billionaires in Africa because we don't have the mindset of going out there and getting a job. You're settling and you have only a certain ceiling because your employer will pay you just enough so you won't quit. And as an employee, you work hard enough so you won't get fired. That is not where we're at. We have to reach it's called your pinnacle. It's called your self-actualization. Reaching with your trials, your tribulations, your goals, all those things encompass in your life experiences. You have to share that with someone. We have a common interest or quote unquote a why. It's Wardell, Stephen Curry, and the Warriors. So that's why we're on this apparatus right now because we all have a common interest. When you go out there and you find a partner, there has to be a common interest. What is their values? That's why it's people are tribal. That's why homie has a girl from Iran. He likes other girls. He may think other girls are pretty, but from a cultural standpoint, you're tribal. So you go to where you recognize, where you understand. There's some familiarity about that. But some people are yin and yang. They're so different, and they're so stuck in their ways, and they're unwilling to divert their point or change their point or hear perspectives. These are things. This is what you call in like. I have another one. I personally don't believe in education because education is from a standpoint of it was structured to make you structure everybody to have a work environment and have jobs. The Rockefellers strategically made people go to school to clock in, clock out. So when they graduate, they'll get used to the term of clocking in,
So
clocking out at school.
Aryan, I don't want Aryan to. He sounds like discouraged in the chat, and Shadow, you're making really good points about structure and values and,
No,
and
no, no,
building that
Arian.
system.
Arian, if you know your values and you know your woman's values, it is what it is.
So Aryan, I don't want you to go out there and have like 50 things that you're like, well, you can't do this and this and this is what I wanted.
No, no,
What you
no.
should be
It's
doing
not
is-
even about. It's not even about
No, no,
rules.
no.
It's
What
about
people need to be doing is-
understanding.
Exactly. You need to.
People
find
don't even understand each other.
Here's the thing. Here's the
Drake.
thing. This is the thing. I'm about to say something that I think is extremely important. You don't find someone that you want to make it work with in a sense. You try to find someone that shares your values, right? You
Yeah.
can't change people. Like, you don't want to find someone that you have to change, is what I'm saying. You don't want to find someone that's like,
And that's hard because when you come together, when one organism gets with another organism, you guys morph into something new and different. So you guys have to relearn each other. Like Urkel Big Booty brings up a good point. Get a Michelle Obama, right? But before Obama, while Obama was president and during Obama was president, they didn't even have a relationship for 10 years. It was all for the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as we thought the president and the first lady were all peaches and cream, and when Obama was had his political aspirations, Michelle had some resentment because her life had to stop for him. She couldn't do what he needed to do, and that was very admirable of him. But if you make such a commitment to one person, there's going to be resentment.
You know when people say,
if a man puts his all into a woman and then he makes her dreams and aspirations come to fruition and he doesn't get it reciprocated, he's going to have resentment. And Michelle Obama, their communication, or in the business world we call it interpersonal skills, their interpersonal skills, there was a drawback. Michelle Obama will admit, if you read her book, she said 10 years we were married, we were just existing, we were just there. This is what I'm telling you. People put on an act, bro. This shit is like one big reality show. And then you say, oh, I know these people, they're married. Sit down and ask them, are they really married? That's why in marriage, sometimes you need a mentor, a counselor, or individuals that are like-minded, and you need to learn from people, even if their marriage is a wreck, so you know what not to do in your marriage or your relationship. People don't do that, Dre. So what I'm trying to say, it's shocking to hear because I'm so blunt on saying what I'm saying, but I'm not here going to sugarcoat it. We live in a culture of temptation, brother. Of temptation.
Oh,
people are in the magnitude of the world, and their relationships are on social media, their Facebook, their thing, and sometimes people stay together because they don't want the embarrassment of breaking up, or people stay together because they're one person. A man may be a narcissist, or a female could be a narcissist too, and sometimes they feel like they're pigeonholed into this, or they've put in so much time. Sometimes you could be in a relationship 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Sometimes a woman looks and says, bro, where am I going? Is it worth it? I'm already 33. I've been with this guy since I'm 25. We're about to celebrate our 8-year anniversary. What am I even doing? And sometimes because that is, you settle and you don't bring up things when there's a situation. That's why sometimes you got to read and you got to read your woman. You got to do things because she's not going to come out and say, oh, I'm just not fucking with this, or I'm not thinking. Like, in their mind, sometimes you're supposed to know. They have this telekinetic power that they send to you and say, bro, you're supposed to know that I'm not happy.
Right.
You just have to
Been together
communicate
for
with each
years,
other.
and then she'll just look and
well,
tell
yeah,
you,
exactly.
I'm not
You're
happy.
speaking about exactly communication, what you just said. That's right, and that's why I say, you know, when people say like, oh, I can't find anyone, blah blah blah, and then like their friend will say, oh, you're looking for the wrong people, like you're like it's no coincidence that like your relationships never work out like the way that you think that they should, and it's because like you're looking for the wrong people. That's why I say you have to look for people that share your values, that share like the key word here is share. Whether it's something, it doesn't have to be everything, right? It's hard to share everything, but if you can have like some building blocks where you can come together and you have some common ground to build up on, that to me is a far more sustainable relationship and far more something that can last way longer than two people just like trying to make something work out of the need or whatever or companionship. It's like just the baseline of sharing certain ideas and thoughts and values and how to
And a lot of compromise, Dre. A lot
compromise.
of compromise.
Right.
And as men, we gotta learn how to we got to learn not to take everything so serious or so literal or feel because of the outside world that we're not supposed to do this or act a certain way, because right now you're stuck in your ways. Your life is morphed, Dre. Any woman that comes in your life got to deal with you putting in 10, 12 hours, 13 hours into your passion a day.
If you're like dating someone, right, and you're like 6 months in and you're like, whether you're a guy or a girl, you're like, man, this person needs to change some like certain things about them for this relationship to last. Whether you're a guy or a girl, you're like, oh, this guy I'm dating, or oh, this girl I'm dating, they got to change certain things or what. Then at that point, like, you can try to make it work. I'm not saying it won't work, but maybe you just you started a relationship with the wrong person. I think there's a way to find someone that you have certain foundational beliefs that you can agree upon, and then the rest is kind of just compromise and figuring it out and working through life and all that stuff. And it doesn't mean it's always going to be perfect, but it just means that your core values, your core the fundamental beliefs that you have, that you share, that will always carry you and allow the relationship to last. Because the moment you compromise those is the moment you're no longer who you are. So you have to stick to those. And if you're
Yeah,
like, oh,
100%.
I want this
But
person to
anyways, Dre, this was a good convo, but it's going over a lot of
Yeah,
people's
you're right.
heads.
You're right.
And they're gonna get it smack dab in their face when they're really in a relationship and whatnot. Like they
Ariane,
need to
I'll
have
say
heart
this.
to
Nah,
heart.
Shadow, this was a good talk. I like this.
Ariane,
I
my
like
biggest
this.
advice to you is stick to your beliefs, stick to your thoughts, stick to your core values. That doesn't mean consider or compromise.
Yeah,
It just means pick 3 or 4 things that matter to you a lot and that you're not willing to veer off, and then find someone who shares those same values, so you don't have to be 6 months in saying, oh, I want to change this person. It's like, no, you shouldn't have to change that person. You're supposed to share fundamental things together. At least that's how I view it. Everybody's different. So this is how I would do it. The way I would do it is you find someone who shares the core fundamental beliefs that you do, and then the rest you figure it out. But as long as those things stay consistent, then I think the rest is trivial. The rest is easy, but not easy in the sense of like it's easy, but easy in the sense that you can work through it and there's a finish line. So, but the moment you find yourself saying, oh, why can't this person change? Why can't this person do that? Why can't this? Then you got to think to yourself, like, is this a long-term person that I want to be with? Because it's tough to change people, man. You really can't change people. So I'm just saying, be careful. Anyways, but hey, we talked about Clay a lot with the trade stuff. Shadow, have you heard anything about like the contract stuff or not? Because I know Shadow was talking about how Clay has like a certain number in mind, and I don't know if he's still hell bent on the what would you say 100 something? It was 180 or something. Don't find out your worldviews after marriage. Yep, that's exactly right. Look at Steph. Yeah, Shadow. What was that number that you said that Clay was looking for? 168 over 4 years. 160, 170.
Yeah, it was 168.
168. Okay. Have you heard anything in terms of like
Um,
veering off that?
Lake Up is a little perturbed. Lake Up did that article the other day, and he did that interview, and saying we've spoken on it. We've spoken on it. We've tried to delve into it, but Clay went on vacation. He kicking up his feet. He kind of got Steph in his corner, right? Steph already vetoed one trade, and then there was teams that inquired about him. But by the same token, if the Warriors are handicapped because they can't make no moves, and it's not to say Clay's going to get traded, but what I'm saying is until they know what their salary structure is and their Klay Thompson's in the balance, right? They want him like they would obviously like him to take a team friendly deal. Is the deal going to be 3 years, 75 mil, 3 years, 80 mil to in line with other guys on the team? when they're finished and the core to all stay together, which everybody wants. But at the same token, you have a man like Bane, who Clay doesn't particularly like, and Clay doesn't even think is half the player he is. He just got 5 years, 207 million. So Clay's sick to his stomach. And Clay's agent is going to stand with Clay because people have to remember, agents work for players. Players don't work for agents. So Clay's agents just pounding the situation, and Clay had the relationship with Bob Myers, not with Dunleavy, not with Lakeup. As much as, you know what I mean? Like, people think owners, and they think that just like people you have your boss at work. Like, you don't have a great relationship with your boss, but you may have your great relationship with the supervisor or the assistant manager or the thing. But the vice president or the president of the company, you're not gonna have a great relationship with. Same thing is the reflection in the sports and entertainment, right? So
Right.
I would say that there's a little bit of resentment because there was a lot of deals that the Warriors could have done if Clay had signed his deal. And I think if Clay takes a team-friendly deal, it saves, like, what in that Draymond contract, by taking the 4th year, it saved them $43 million in repeater tax. So I think Lakeup likes that, and I think Clay doesn't have a contract. I can't fathom that Clay going into the season with 1 year left on his deal. Like, not getting a contract done. Like, from a business standpoint, why would you do that? Clay can play out his contract and just walk away.
Someone made a
They
good
don't get
point
no
there. Like,
assets in return.
someone made a good point. They said Middleton got 3 years, 103 million, and that's like Clay's probably looking at him like, I'm better than that bum. Like, I'm better than him.
100%. And on
that's-
top of it, Middleton
yeah.
compromised and gave them flexibility. He opted out of the 40
Right.
something million in order for them to do that.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Clay might have a number in
Like,
his mind.
look what, like, free agency was July 1st, dog. Like, they've been doing this negotiation since, like, March. Remember, Bob was there, so he was having the conversation with the agents and doing it. This is the one thing I said about Dunleavy, that as far as his closing is concerned, yeah, the assignment is on the desk, but you got to get shit done. Obviously, you're trying to show face with Draymond, because Draymond was pissed off last year that Wiggins and Poole got their contracts settled. Draymond had his deal was coming up to an end, and we saw, like, and we got to understand, Draymond did them a huge favor because Rich Paul was out here getting everybody the bag, and he could have easily got Draymond a bag. But Draymond took a team-friendly deal in order to help win more championships and do what he needs to do, which in turn is going to help Draymond's legacy. So the byproduct will be more TNT money, the more successful he is. Like Tom Brady won 7 chips. He's going to get 300 million calling play-by-play because of the 7 chips. Not because his name is Tom Brady, because he won 7 chips. And he's the GOAT, so you got to get paid like the GOAT. And that Draymond can life after basketball. I'm sure his podcast deal is going to be bigger. His media deal is going to be bigger. His business relationships have grown since he's been in the Bay and Silicon Valley. So Clay's just got to make a move, bro. He's got to be a little bit past, like, riding his boat, wearing his captain hat, riding his bike, and doing all that. Like, moves got to be made.
It's a big season for him. It's a big season,
bro. It's the biggest season of his career. I'll almost say it's career defining.
For sure. Draymond had a decent year last year. I know he didn't really play that well in the playoffs, or not as well as we had hoped. But he had a decent year last year overall. I still think, Draymond's, regressing or whatever, but like, he had a decent year and he still made 25 M's. Clay I thought he had a bad year overall. I mean, you could argue, yeah, he averaged 20 points a game, had the most threes in the NBA. But like, when you look at the playoffs and then when you look at the start of the season, I'm just not going to allow like a 2 or 3 month stretch where he really played well to define it. I just won't do that. If he had played well in the playoffs, then that would have been a different story. But to me, he just played too poorly and too inconsistently throughout the season for me to say he played well. He had good stretches for sure. I'm not saying Klay was just horrible, but he didn't. I thought he had a closer to a bad season than a good one.
Yeah, so let me. Yeah, go ahead.
No, yeah, go ahead.
So let me lay out the scenario. So Klay plays out the rest of this deal. He enters the open market. What is his market value? Is it more than $30 million a year?
No, I don't. I think at most 27, 20, like.
And that's where I think we get Klay back on a pay cut, because we're gonna tell him his market value is not where he thinks it should be, and he's just gonna conform to
Yeah,
that.
man. But
gonna
in
take
any
the
relationship,
pay cut.
we just spent hours speaking on relationships. None of this shit is how it seems, man. Like, oh, Klay and Draymond and Steph, we're best friends. And for 11 years, we all sat together on the plane and blah, blah, blah. Fam, they've had scraps. They've had arguments. Like, there's got to be some sort of resentment, bro. I've never seen people resent each other. I've seen people in groups together. The Four Tops, the Temptations, like the Beatles. Paul McCartney had resentment with Ringo Starr. So at the end of the day, like, Klay Thompson doesn't get mentioned. You say Draymond Green is generational, greatest defender ever. Steph Curry is has a GOAT case. Yeah, and Klay Thompson helped him. And Klay Thompson is the second greatest shooter. That's the best thing they'll ever say about it. So I think he wants to prove that he could be a number one guy. This is the only thing, and I'm just guessing because, you know what I mean? Like, usually if I say an individual told me or whatever, what I'm hearing, I'm just saying that at the end of the day, Klay's in the twilight of his career. He had goals, dreams, and aspirations too. He's very family orientated too. And I'm sure his father is pressing him to come play for the Lakers. I'm sure Klay had aspirations of playing for the Lakers growing up. I'm sure he wants to do other things
100%.
and be more than just a Robin.
I'll be honest, last season, Klay looked at his best when he was the number one option.
And all these things, and remember, everybody has a circle, so they're all gonna gas it, man. They're all gonna gas. Yo, Klay, look, you had 5-game win streaks when Steph was out and Wiggins. Come on, man, you could do it. Go here. Go get your money. Nothing's promised. Look what happened. You got robbed playing with Steph. You didn't get all NBA, and it cost you 30-something million. Now it's your time. Go get your money. That's the little devil on his shoulder gonna be saying, and his inner circle.
And I get that, but like my point is, like, I just don't know what team's gonna offer him when he wants.
But I'm just like, bro, this is the NBA. This is the NBA, bro. The Los Angeles Lakers took salaries and did whatever. They'll take signing trades. Russell was making $47 million at one point, bro. Russell Westbrook, like.
So you think like a team like Houston would say, "Hey, Klay, we got $40 million."
Bro, but Fred VanVleet just got 40 M's, fam.
I see that. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Dylan Brooks, who they said, hey, you better learn Mandarin, learn Chinese, got 30 M's, fam.
And that is my one big.
They told that man to learn Chinese, and they gave him 30 M's, bro.
Guangdong Tigers. Get ready to play for the Guangdong Tigers.
Yeah, you better you better go
Shanghai Sharks.
saw it all, bro.
Konnichiwa.
I told everybody the game don't go like that, bro.
Told that man konnichiwa, bro. He said ni hao.
Loon News, the Robinson situation. He was already on the Santa Cruz team for like 2 seasons.
He got a training camp invite last year.
Yeah, and he got one last year, and it's just the right thing to do. It doesn't necessarily mean he's on the team. I see people having a conniption and talking about, oh, more guards, bro. Like,
That fucker's trash.
I
He's
have
not
no
getting
clue
out
why
first of
people
all, we
overreact.
have no guards on this team because number one, there is literally not even a backup for Klay Thompson. And don't say Moses Moody. Moses Moody
Lester
is not a two
Quinones.
guard. Moses Moody is not a two guard. There's literally Klay Thompson. Anything happen to that man, if he leaves, stays, anything, we do not have a backup two. We don't even have
What?
another two.
I think the front office used Moses Moody as a wing.
Yep.
Yeah, they view him as a wing, and on top of it, in high school, college, he was
He was
playing
a small
point guard, a small forward and point guard. He bring him the ball.
Yeah,
He's not a
he was
shooter.
like he was like leading that offense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
played
At
alongside
leading the
Arkansas,
Cade
too.
offense.
He played alongside Cade, Scotty Barnes, somebody else too.
At
Another-
Arkansas, he had the ball in his hands and was
Yeah.
facilitating and doing all that stuff.
Yeah, this is like our
Musselman gave him that.
bro. Listen, our roster is night and day because we upgraded at every position. Anything that we lost, I know people have shit to say about CP3, but the grand scheme of things, he's a very good fucking player. He's a Hall of Fame player. And even with CP3 at worst, he's coming to the team to do 13 and 10, bro. That's still responsible for minimum 37 points. Out of those 10 assists, 3 of them are going to be threes because we shoot the most threes in the league. So you got to think that he's going to kick it to the corner like he's always been doing and kick it out to the perimeter and drop it back for Klay and Steph. And then for Klay on the second unit or whomever. And he's going to get a good 14. He's going to get like 14 points from the 2-pointers. And then he's going to get 9 points he's going to get 9 points from the 3-pointers. He's going to go to the free throw line 1 or 2 times because he's a super free throw merchant. We all know this. He's a mid-range merchant. We all know this. And he's going to score 13 points. And he's going to have assists and dimes too. And he's not going to turn over the ball. Our main problem was we fouled too much and we turned over the ball. And the number one culprit, not to sound like a bad guy, was Jordan Poole. He fouled the most, not even on the team. He fouled the most for a guard in the league.
Fucking bum.
If Looney, we saw that video of him like practicing that like 14-footer the other day. If he can, we're not counting for like development. If he adds that, and if he shoots that at like a 42, 40, like nothing crazy, not like 48 or whatever, but 41, 42%, that's still decent, right? I mean, I think that's a game changer. You know?
Dre, imagine if TJD had developed a mid-range jump shot.
Yeah.
But there's Stephen Klay on the team. He's gonna have so much space. The mid range is gonna be a dunk.
Oh, for sure.
You guys got to remember, James Wiseman barely played. He led our team with 65 dunks the first year he got there.
Yeah,
and he didn't even finish the season, bro.
Yeah, he led all rookies in
the
dunks.
team, and the Warriors led the NBA in dunks.
And he led all rookies.
And we had a bunch of bums, G Leaguers on our team.
Yeah, and he led all rookies.
The amount of space, bro. Do we realize what CP3 is gonna do from a mid range? We talk about Sean Livingston like he's the mid range god. He can't even wear CP's left foot, bro. If he tried, CP is the architect, the creme de la creme of that pick and roll and the mid range. I personally think our team is like night and day. We make up so much ground. Our second unit was killing us. We were like 29th in the fucking league. And then once Kerr got smart and he added Draymond and Wiggins in, we shot to like 4th for second unit and bench points. Because we had guys to defend on that unit because they were getting cooked every night. Remember, we started with James White, Ty Jerome, and Anthony Lamb were playing at the beginning of the season in the same game.
You can hate the Warriors all he wants. He's on the team. The fuck?
Who?
Chris Paul. Somebody said, why we acting like Chris Paul doesn't hate the Warriors?
No, Chris Paul wants to win, bro. He knows this is his best chance to win, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Like everybody, like people ain't stupid, man. They've been to the finals 6 out of the 9 years, bro. Chris Paul's been watching them in June for fucking almost a decade. He can hate it, but he's gonna fucking love it when he hoists that trophy,
When
bro.
he's
And people just like diminish CP like he's not
he's a guy, man.
like he's not a fucking guy. Like even
He's a
all these
guy.
guys who score mad buckets, they don't impact the game like CP. Like Ja does not impact the game like a Chris Paul. Chris Paul literally walked on a team that was fucking in the bubble, got bounced. Even though they won 7 games, they got bounced. They barely won 40 games in a shortened season. They barely won 40 games. They were garbage, and CP the very next year adds like 20 games onto the thing. And the year after that, they won like 63 games. And everybody was, wait till we play the Suns. And it wasn't because of Devin Booker. It was because of CP3. He was fucking the architect on every aspect on that team. The ball was in his hand. He had it in the string. And the offense was just fucking humming. It was going crazy. That's what he does, bro. That's what he does that Jordan Poole doesn't. Jordan Poole may give you 20. That sounds cute in theory, but those 2-3 assists ain't it either, Chief.
Chris Paul helped lead a team, that Thunder team that was supposed to be a lottery team. He led them to the playoffs as
Bro,
well.
they were predicted to win 10 games, dog. 10
He led
fucking
them
games.
to the playoffs as a 5 seed. That is one of the most crazy things
And
I've
took them
seen.
to the game 7.
Last shot,
game 7, bro. CP3 is a guy, bro. Like, we hate him for his antics, but everybody hates Draymond for their antics. But we like Draymond because he's on our team. Outside, he can't finish a fucking layup. Outside of that, Draymond we love him on our team, and we're gonna love CP3 because he's gonna win us a lot of games. And I know Steph's gonna do his things, and I know Clay's gonna do his thing, and Wiggins is gonna do his thing, and Looney gonna do the thing. But CP3 specifically is gonna elevate that second unit, and Steph is the elevator. But the man can only do so much, bro. He's been lifting for the last how many years? You have to lift with fucking Caspi and fucking Jarevko and all these fucking Quinn Cook and Ian Clark and Brad Wanamaker and Chioza, and bro, this shit was buffoonery, bro.
Wanamaker, Jesus Christ.
Who was playing more fourth quarter minutes than Steph, bro. Shit was wild, bro. I can't even fathom how we even like
Steph Curry.
Oh my gosh. I just pray to God, just let CP3 be CP3. Steph doesn't have to run a million pick and roll. Let the fucking CP3 who's a grand wizard at pick and roll. I'll tell you guys this right now. If fucking Christian Wood, if Dallas doesn't do no fuck shit, because Dallas looks like they want to fucking ruin it with a sign and trade or fucking do some next shit, just let the man fucking walk. We sign him for the minimum, and he knows he builds up his value. Dante DiVincenzo got 50 fucking M's playing beside Steph, bro. 50 M's, bro. I get we got DiVincenzo, but 50 fucking M's, bro. Ty Jerome got 5 mil, bro. He never was in the league. The man was bounced from the he was a G League Gary. That was his protocol. And the team paid him 5 M's, bro. Because he was with Wardell and the experience and the things that he did and got and learned. So we get Christian Wood with CP. Christian Wood's one of the best finishers out of the pick and roll that we've seen in a long time. He shoots. The man was on Dallas doing 16, 17 a game. In the games Luka didn't play, he was doing like 20 a game. He gives you rebounds, and he can hit the three at about 37%. And we all know the Steph tax. When you got wide open threes, you're hitting them bitches. Ask Wiggins.
And not only did we get exponentially better, but Denver lost Bruce Brown. Memphis won't have Ja for like a fifth of the season, maybe more. They lost Dylan Brooks. And the Kings, they did nothing except get Chris Duarte. Like, how do those top 3 teams scare me?
And they don't.
Exactly.
They literally don't. But the one team I really think nobody's talking about them, but had a great free agency was
That
fucking Celtics.
that Celtics.
Celtics are fucking gonna be good, bro. Rob, Will, and CP and KP. I mean, KP does like 2 blocks a game. Rob Will's like 3.5 blocks a game.
Would you say Dallas had a good free agency, Shadow?
Yeah, they got better. They finally figured out the defense, but I don't know that my turn, your turn, fucking shit is gonna fly in 2024, bro.
Yeah.
I don't
They
know.
might they might play like that Houston team in
2019.
Yeah, 2018, 2019. I mean, they're not the same. Obviously, Kyrie's not as good a playmaker as CP was, but he's a better scorer. And they might do the your turn, my turn thing with like some spot up shooters, guys who can guard. Grant Williams, kind of like a PJ Tucker type. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just some interesting similarities there. You know, and I think they might be an interesting dark horse that I think they could take out like the Nuggets if like not that I would pick them, but I mean I think they're talented enough to match up, you know. So the league certain teams got better, but the league as a whole didn't really get that much better. I mean, I think if anything we had a pretty damn good offseason if you think about it. I mean, I do wish we did sign another wing, but if we're going to depend on Kuminga, then that's the mindset. Then we better hope that he just delivers, you know.
I don't even think it's on him, bro. It's on Kerr to put him in the right spots, mix him into right lineups, and put him in winning situations, man. Simple.
And if Kerr doesn't do that, you take Kuminga and Chris Paul and you ship them off at the deadline.
Yeah, we have flexibility. Clay too, bro. His contract's even worth more at the deadline than it is now because it's been paid for by more than half.
Yeah, and,
and that shit's gonna come off somebody's books.
That's
$74 million.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You can get Jesus Christ at point for 74 mil.
Jesus Christ.
Any of those crazy trades we were talking about?
Yeah.
Fuck.
74 mil. You can probably get 2 guys with 74.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna be making a YouTube details out tomorrow, but I'll be making one. Yeah.
You gonna post content on there or just playback upload?
So I'll start with playback and then start with that, see how it does, and with the responses, and then I'm thinking about there are some things I can do in terms of like videos and whatnot. Now I'm already doing like multiple things. I'm doing the playback. I'm doing a podcast. I have school, like grad school, whatever. So we'll see. But I think it's something based on the response I get is then I'll because I might just scrap the podcast if YouTube is doing that well, right? But I got to build it up a bit, see what it looks like. I can do the playback recordings easily, and I'll do that like regardless. But when it comes to actually like new, fresh content, I want to see what the response is, and if it's good, then I'll continue. If not, then which I expect it to be good. So it's on my radar, and I have ideas already. Actually, did you cry when you saw Steph crying at the end of Boston Game 6?
Yeah, Urkel put that in there. It was been going on for a couple hours. So
I think I didn't cry actually. I felt pretty normal. I felt like it was deserved.
I cried. Shit.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Probably, yeah, I shed a couple.
No, I don't blame. I don't blame. For
like
sure.
I didn't ball or some shit. I just
this man said I didn't ball.
No, I didn't like.
You know, I shed a thug tear.
Yeah, I should have thug tear. I was about to say that shit. I should have thug tear, bro, when Steph won the title. Yeah. Seeing him get the Finals MVP.
I can put the link in the chat for the YouTube. I'm not gonna promote it yet. I'll promote it tomorrow. But if you guys want to get an early start, I could throw it in the chat. It's pretty bare bones. I mean, I haven't really added anything yet, but tomorrow I'm gonna add my first batch of videos. Actually, not necessarily. I'll get to the details tomorrow, but this is the link, by the way. So
we got to make this the biggest Warriors YouTube channel out there.
Yeah, I'm confident.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be that hard. It's not gonna be that hard.
I'm confident.
Yeah, we just gotta people just want like riveting stuff and like the thing about it is like how you present it. Like right now it's the new thing is retired players or players who are currently playing that are about to be out. They all jump and they go do a podcast, and they're great and they're riveting. But the schedules are so sporadic. I don't know when I want to watch PG's podcast, but I don't
Chasing
know
the BBs.
when it drops. I don't know when it drops. I don't know when. You know who got a good podcast right now? Jeff Teague. got a
Jeff
fucking
Teague,
great-
that shit is
Jeff Teague is a
hilarious.
great storyteller. So
It is
you know
fucking
what I'm
funny,
saying?
Shadow. It is
You know what I mean?
hilarious.
And like Pat Bev might be my favorite commentator, but I like him in the format like how he was doing with First Take, or having interviews, or he was on Get Up or things like that. I like him on that format better than I like him just like winging in or interviewing, talking about a podcast. I like when he just says straight up, like, you know what I mean? So there's so much content out there. It's very difficult to grasp. So like Dre, my suggestion is you got to do something almost so left field
Yo,
and so
Shadow,
new and riveting
I have an
that it's
idea.
just different.
So I have an idea tomorrow, or
Yeah.
not tomorrow, but I have a video idea that I'm gonna test out, and I don't know, maybe in a week or two, but I have a video idea that's extremely compelling, and it's
Yeah,
a
that's what it gotta be right now, because it's like
it's Steph.
it's
It's
not
about
even
Steph.
it's not
It's
even
about Steph,
oversaturated,
and a
but
lot. No,
it's
no, no.
so
These people are dumb,
oversaturated
bro.
right now.
These YouTube, no, it's oversaturated because they're all casuals. I'm gonna present evidence and ideas. Like I have something out of left field that's so shocking, but it's gonna be so well done that it's gonna be undeniable. And it's about Steph. This YouTube channel is gonna be mostly about, like, if I'm gonna make new content, quote unquote, it'll be Steph and Warriors driven. Like just promoting Steph, like looking at stuff that, like, I don't want to give too much away, but looking at some favorable numbers, stuff like that. um it's going to be good. I really feel good about it, but the question is if I'm going to fit it in, and then whether I should fit it in is based on the response I get. So I'll balance that out, but ultimately, man, I think I can dominate this space. Now let me say this: I don't think I'll be one of the top NBA YouTubers necessarily, but I'll easily be one of, if not the top Warriors YouTube creator, easily. That I think that if I don't get there, then that's a disappointment, because I do think, and that's no disrespect. That's no disrespect to the top creators in the Warrior space, but I just think I add a different, I add some, based on my ideas and what I think, how I can deliver it. I think there's a lot of promise there, and I think I do a really good job. So, because I don't do things half-assed. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So, I feel good about it. I do think I can be one of the best and one of the top Warrior creators easily. I think the question is, if I'll, like, because the NBA space is so big. Like, with, you got Low, you got Dom 2K, you got B Souls, you got all these guys, and
King
it's
of the
not
fourth
like,
quarter.
yeah, King of the fourth quarter, and it's not like I have, I respect them. It's just that it's tough to get there, and I'm not saying that they're casuals necessarily, because I don't think they are. But, like, most of the NBA content creation YouTube space is casuals. Like, it is.
Yeah, I just me personally, for an absorption factor, I just need content, because things that, like, number one, the some of the biggest sectors in the world, one of the biggest sectors in the world is education. And the problem with the content on TV, the content on YouTube, nobody brings no education. There's a reason why these fake quote unquote gurus win, because they're providing value. They're giving you education. And anytime you're getting education for free, people are going to sit down, listen, and learn. And I think that there's a component that you have from an education standpoint that you could bring value to the, not just speaking on the Warriors. Obviously, you're speaking about the Warriors because right now they're the creme de la creme of what a franchise is in sports. Not even speaking just on basketball, but if you're bringing it, I think that there has to be an education component, because that's what's missing. Because outside of Tim Legler,
Yes.
nobody else is educating you on the game of basketball and what it is from the true shooting perspective, the elevation perspective, like some of the exercises and the things that we've done, even the exercise that we did, like the case about LeBron versus Steph, And LeBron makes his fit and he's the best carrier and all this. But we debunked it in one episode when I said, Dre, do me a favor. Pull up all of Steph's true shooting and what he does. And then I just said, look at Andrew Wiggins. And that's my dog. Andrew Wiggins is a Stephen Curry merchant, dog.
No, you're right. Yeah.
And that is alone. And then on top of it, people say the same things about LeBron, because those are talking points issued by his team. So they put that in the atmosphere, and people know what I can respect about Laker fans, Bron fans. They're all in accordance and they're all cohesive in their points on why LeBron is the GOAT. Same points.
Right,
same
right.
thing. And if I show you a pen on TV enough, you're going to go out there and purchase the pen. Anytime you go out there and want to buy a pen, you're going to think of that pen that you've seen so many times, heard so many times, and it's been in your face so many times. And I think that's what Stephen Curry, and I've been candid about this. His PR team is shit. His marketing team for Under Armour, shit.
Sure. No
So
doubt.
with that being said, if we can structure some talking points, if we can structure some education standpoint, that's why I give gems. This is literally, I only give gems, not for clout, not for thing, to give people on the timeline so they can speak with bass in their voice. That's why I'll tell you, like, guys, don't worry. This and this is happening. Blah, 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 blah. And in 21 going into 22, I was talking about Kuminga and what's going on, and Looney's going to be more of a force. Or when people are like, oh, Wiggins needs to rebound. And I'll come out and I'll say, Steve Kerr had a conversation with Wiggins. Wiggins is going to be a rebounding monster for the playoffs. And so said, so done. You get what I'm saying? So I bring that value, not for any other reason, but to give our fan base, our timeline, the bass in their voice so they can demolish guys. Because at the end of the day, let's just be real, bro. 6 out of 9 years is fucking ridiculous. That's a dynasty. And nobody doesn't even say the word, like, oh, maybe on the media you'll see 1 and 2. Bro, we got to speak that shit. And don't get me wrong, the Spurs did their thing, but the Spurs never won back-to-back, dog.
Oh yeah, they never went back. And did they even make the final? They did. Did they make it back to back?
13-14.
And then outside of 13-14, did they?
No. I
No.
don't think so.
Unless what was it 2000? Yeah, they didn't. I don't think they won in 2003. They weren't in the finals in 02 or 04.
And they won the lockout year
99.
when Duncan.
Yeah. No, you're
99.
right. Yeah, I don't think they ever just 13-14. That was
But what I'm saying is 6 out of the 9 years, and then 2 of the years were definitively because of injuries. You know what I mean? Well, it was actually all 3, but like 2 of the years were definitively because of injuries. Steph broke his hand, played like 15 games, if that. You understand what I'm saying? And then Clay had that catastrophic injury back to back, and he didn't play. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But right now, Lake Up and everybody did a way better job, and I feel a lot more confident that we're gonna do our thing. But as far as the Warriors are concerned, I think from the business standpoint, bringing from people don't even know the history, like that Lake Up was with the Celtics. He was a minority owner. His journey, like if we could bring things like that from an educational standpoint and just to educate the fan base, I think that is head on what it needs to do. And on top of it, we don't have to bring down players to prop up players. I think every platform does that. And I don't want to be that type to do that. That's just my humble advice to you. And if you could do that, bro, come on, man. Same way I can't respect a Bron fan because they got to try to bring down Steph to prop up Bron.
Oh yeah, for sure. And well, that's the wrong way to go about it, anyways. Because
that's because no one has objectivity anymore.
I don't even think objectivity to me doesn't even exist. It's more so just what you think, and if you can deliver it in a more meaningful way.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you shouldn't have to bring up nothing else, someone else inequities to prop up your point, bro.
Right.
Like, I want to say everything else, but Steph is the greatest shooter ever. Because I think the Steph is the greatest shooter is a slap in the face more than thing because he's so far evolved as the greatest shooter.
Right.
Bro,
Like
every
number
single
one, like
time
I
Stephen A.
think he's
Smith
even
says that, bro,
past
it
the
pisses me
greatest
off.
point guard. Like, bro, I personally think Steph is top 3 and he ain't 3. That's just me. I personally feel that Steph, with my own eyes, what I've seen, bro, what I've seen with my own eyes, Steph is the hands down the second. Now, for a career is concerned, if he rings off 2 or 3, then he's goated. It's over. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm just saying in this climate, what he's doing, and everyone is like, oh, LeBron won everywhere he go. LeBron also was the GM, and he factored in and he brought everybody where they needed to go. Like, you people don't even realize the story or even understand the story of LeBron James. Like, LeBron James went to CAA and started the basketball division over there. Like, Creative Artist Agency was only in film and television. And then they started the basketball division. Leon Rose was the agent. He was also the agent for Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, LeBron James. And they structured their contracts so they would all finish at the exact same time so they could all play together. This was a play for 2 and 3 years, 4 years previous. You understand what I'm saying? And then we have guys like Steph who went through the trenches and built a team. When he got drafted, they won what, 29 games? And
Yeah,
look where they are today.
They were the valuation. Look at the valuation.
Yeah, from 450 to damn near $8 billion. Come on, man. What are we even doing here?
No doubt. Christian Wood. People bringing up Christian Wood. I don't know.
I don't think he's a good fit, bro. Christian Wood.
Why? With CP3?
The only reason I say that is because everywhere he's been with Luka. Luka's
Yeah,
a
but
good
Luka's not an elevator.
He's not
He
Chris
doesn't
Paul.
raise, and then on top of it, I've never heard people speak about a kid. Bro, the man did like what, 16-7, shooting 37%. It wasn't a bum, bro. He was the second best player on the
Nobody's
fucking team.
calling him a bum, but he
No,
hasn't
but
been
people
a
act like
floor
the man
raiser.
is a bum. The man is better. I'm gonna be honest. Christian would be a fucking top 6 player on a team, with all due respect.
I'm not bringing up Christian Wood for reasons you think.
Yeah.
But I do think he's good. I just worry about his locker room fit, and is he a locker room cancer like everybody says he is?
No, but I think you can't do that and be that with like guys like Steph and like everybody was a locker room cat. Like everyone talks about things like Luka's not the greatest sport in the world. The man was in Houston when Houston was a bunch of fucking bozos. Like, look who his coach was. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, people are going to be immature. He went to UNLV. He came out. He didn't get drafted. He had a chip on his shoulder. And he never had no mentors, no veterans around him. And that hurts. Like, when John Morant, from a cultural standpoint, is listening to a guy from New Zealand telling him the ropes, that ain't going to fly, bro. From a kid from South Carolina. It's not going to fly. You're going to do bozo shit like put straps on fucking Instagram Live because you don't have a proper veteran presence in the locker room.
Do you think D Rose is a good veteran for him, Shadow?
Yeah, because D Rose was in the John Morant trajectory, and here's a look at you, Mirror. We're the same fucking player. You're gonna end up just like me, bounced around. Like, let's be real. Like, D Rose hasn't hooped really in 3 years. 3 years he's been irrelevant. He hasn't even gotten the opportunity. He got benched.
The Knicks
he doesn't
played
get played.
McBride over him. They played McBride.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
So,
And
Shadow, you think the Warriors should take a chance on him?
Of course, bro. With him and CP3, the Warriors are unstoppable. Bro, he's literally the best.
The Draymond.
And of course, and he doesn't hurt, bro. For once, we have front court who could score, front court who could fucking get a bucket, front court who could stretch the floor and hit a consistent 3.
And that was something we talked about in the offseason, how we
you got Wiggins who's 40%, Clay's 40 plus, Steph is 40 plus, and Christian Wood, just that lineup alone.
And then you got to put the Steph tax on him.
37%, and he had no fucking space because Luka can't hit the broadside of a barn. He can't shoot.
You got to put the Steph tax on him.
You
I
put the
will
Steph
say,
tax on him. Come on, bro.
yeah, he is a really good player, and next to Draymond, he would be really good. My concern is like that would be 5 centers, I think. You know.
Yeah, but I don't
wanna-
even think I'm with all due respect, I don't think Christian Wood's a center. He ever was a center. He should be called a center. Christian Wood is a big wing. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a good point. I see. Yeah,
He's a big wing, like say, just like Looney. Looney was a wing who had to be a power forward. He broke both of his hips, and he had to be a center. Like Christian Wood is the last thing to be a center, and even Dario Saric. Dario Saric ain't a center. He's gonna be a 4. He's a power
Speaking from
forward.
the standpoint, you're speaking from the standpoint that, and I agree with you. Like, just acquire the talent and figure out the rest. Now,
Yeah,
the
bro.
question-
Like the talent, he's the best player on the board. Like, let's just be honest. He's the best player on the board, bro. And he's doing all those numbers, not besides Steph. Like imagine what type of player you're gonna get. And then on top of it, what type of motivation he's gonna have. You know what I'm saying? Well, one thing I can tell you is I went to Davido the other day. His real name's David, but they call him Davido. The Afrobeat artist, and I saw Chris Boucher. I saw my homeboy works for an agency, who works for two brothers, and they have an agency, and he's from Toronto, but he's a junior agent. But he follows me and everything. He's been in spaces and everything, but people don't even know he's an agent. He doesn't like to even say that, but he's the agent for Christian Wood. He's not, but his bosses are Christian Wood's agent. And he informed me that Money Mike reached out. So that's when I made the Wood tweet and did all those things. It's not a done deal, but at the end of the day, you already know I did my gas up. And again, I keep telling everybody, it's not like Shadow can make things happen, but I can make sure it's in people's face. Like all our free agent stuff, like all our trade scenarios and everything. So it is what it is, man. I personally feel good about this season. Can we get better? Of course. And I think we have a motivated squad, bro. Wiggins is motivated. I definitely know Steph is motivated.
Clay's
Steph's
motivated.
He's highly motivated, and I think
CP3 is definitely motivated.
yeah, and I think Dre is committed to getting back to that level of player, and I think the more talent you have, the easier it is going to be on the guys. You know what I mean? Like the Draymond is not going to play 28 minutes every game, but there could be 20 games this season that he plays 28 minutes as opposed to 33 minutes. You know, doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up when you get to by the time you get to the playoffs and you're nicked up and your back is hurting and your back is in Saginaw, Michigan, like it was in 2022. You know what I mean? So I think we're in a good spot, man. And at the end of the day, we have Steph. And Steph was in Toronto, and he was with Woe, and I got to speak with him, and Steph was just talking crazy, guys. Like he said he's about to go 2016 on him, like in that the swag of the game. He's always been good, and 2021 he was fucking. I personally think the 2-month stretch that he had in 2021 is the best version we've ever seen of Steph, because Steph, not only the skill was there, not only the shooting was there, but for the first time, in my personal opinion, Steph had the killer. Like I'm talking the MJ killer, not the killer in the last 1 minute of a game or the fourth quarter of a game. He had the killer for 2 straight months, and that killer is going to be added back. So that part, or I'm not saying he has to carry these guys on that level, because to me, this team is better than the team that won the chip. To me, like Otto Porter and thing, like they were good, but at the end of the day, they went out there and got guys that fit their system, because Otto Porter went to Georgetown. When you look at Georgetown, it's read and react, motion offense, Princeton, flex cuts, triangle, same shit that we won. Santa Clara literally runs the same shit as. Why do you guys think? You think Dre's so on Pod and Pod knows where every pass is supposed to be and every player? Go look at Santa Clara. They run the same. They literally run the Warriors offense. The coach copied the Warriors, the Steve Kerr offense, and he's been running it since he got to Santa Clara. So we in a good space, man. Loon Muse, I hope that fucking loony playmaking continues from the playoffs, man. I like that shit. Every game he was coming with between 4 and 7 assists. I was fucking with that.
Bro, we should win the title next year. We should have won it last year, bro. It's disappointing, honestly.
No, I'm good with this year, but I think that all it hangs on is the ability for Steve Kerr to adapt. I think he has to get to that pop level where he's not so stringent on the system. I think they know what the system is. I think they have to go more of like the overall system. Everyone always says, "Oh, triangle offense, Tex Winters, Phil Jackson." The real system he runs is the Lute Olson read and react, the Arizona Wildcat offense, which was just read and react. And they go to more read and react, but add the pick and roll when CP's out there. The Steph doesn't have to run a million pick and rolls, but I would like 70% of fucking CP shit to be pick and roll, because that's when he's the most dangerous, and that's when it looked like it was like demoralizing. The problem is, outside of that, every team that CP was on didn't have nothing else. When CP was doing that in Houston, it was demoralizing, but once you figured that out, they didn't have a counter. The thing about it is we have the whole motion, the split action, the elbows, the mismatches, the downhill, the down lows, the Steph threes, the perimeter shooting, the defending. And now when you add that fucking CP drive to the middle, take a dribble, pull up, and it's cash. We haven't had that since fucking Livingston. I'll be honest. And outside, when they give it to Wiggins with 3 or 4 seconds left, and Wiggins does his 1-2 ISO and he does his turnaround penny move and he splashes it. Now we have the guy who has the ball in his hands majority of time is going to be able to orchestrate and run that, and that's going to be beautiful for the second unit, bro. Beautiful.
And you make a really good. Last year, it felt like there were games where we just shot layups and threes all game. I think with
Bro,
CP,
this is what I'm
and
talking about. And on top of it, part of it wasn't their fault. Steve Kerr is so afraid of missing mid-range shots that because they lead to easy rebounds in transition and are rebounding, that they wouldn't do it. But when you have CP's automatic cash, and then you have a guy like TJD or Christian Wood or Kuminga or Wiggins, guys who could finish. Like, I think Steph is the best playmaker we've ever seen, but playmaking and passing and lobs are two different things. I personally think CP3 is probably the best lob thrower in the history of the game. And we have fucking GP2, who's a fucking uber athlete. Fucking Wiggins, who's an uber athlete. Like, Draymond Green tried to throw lobs to fucking Wiggins, and sometimes they end up in the back of the backboard. With all due respect, bro. Like, we have a guy who could actually get CP3. I mean, CP3 can get Wiggins, GP2, TJD, Christian Wood in the offense, and lobs, and play above the rim, and play athletic. We haven't had this shit.
I just don't see Christian Wood being like possible though. Just because of like, if you've listened to Mike Dunleavy and like how they've been speaking about fit and stuff, I feel like we would have like, I don't know, maybe. I know like they want talent or whatever, but I think it's more likely we just wait for like Rudy Gay or like someone to get bought out. Maybe not him, but you know what I mean? Like just a guy like a vet that you can trust to get bought out, as opposed to like, because you know there's like talented players out there that we probably don't want.
Lamar Stevens got bought out today.
Who did? Oh, Lamar Stevens. Yeah. Yeah, didn't he play for he was like starting for the Cavs and shit.
He's a really good defender. He was on Cleveland.
Yeah, he's interesting. If Reggie Bullock gets bought out,
6'8".
yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I don't necessarily think Christian Wood is in the works, but I do think there's somebody. We're gonna sign someone for sure. Don't know who it is though.
I mean, we kind of have to. Don't really want to go into the season with 13 players on the team.
No, you're right. We need another body out there. 100%. I don't even know if Christian Wood fits. I mean, he could fit. I think they can make it work with CP, but the question is really, you know what I'm saying? Like, is he a good enough defender? Is he a good enough rebounder? What role is he gonna play? Like, I don't know. And then on top of that, like the role concerns, like if he wants a bigger role or a bigger contract, is he gonna do stuff? Whatever, blah blah blah. I just think there's so many questions to be answered with him. Is that I don't know if how good his fit is, given those questions, but we'll see. I mean, Mike Dunleavy he's been giving pretty good hints as to like what he's looking for. You know, like he's prioritizing fit. Our road defense was literally the worst in the NBA. It was like slightly better than like the Spurs and like the Rockets. We had the third worst road defense in the NBA last year. The Papagiannis, I think now that we got Saric, I think that's out of the works. You guys want me to close this? I can close this out. Papa, what?
I mean, you can.
It's true that would. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to continue the convo, that's cool. It's up to you guys. I don't really care. Night, y'all. All right. Then I'll close it out here. I might do a playback tomorrow. I might do one tomorrow, like reacting to like a video, or whatever, just to a video that's been circulating with CP and not CP with Magic and Steph. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but so I might do that tomorrow, but we'll see. But appreciate everybody for tuning into this. I know it's like we're like in the dog days and shit of this stuff. Like mid-July, there's like nothing going on. But within the next couple of weeks, we're gonna see the schedule drop and we're gonna get more information on stuff and whatever. But another day, appreciate it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, peace out.